Hey everyone, welcome. It is Thursday night, and that means it is another NLG show coming at you. Happy New Year, everybody. So, hope everybody has had a good week of gaming in, and man, the chat room, as usual, is rocking and rolling already. And I see, Peter, I see someone we haven't seen in a while, Mr. Hyperion. It's good to see him. Brother Lance Jennings just popped in. Indie Gamer, Jeff Rule. Blues Tech was in the house real early today, as well as Back from the Dead. And let's see who else. I had it open just a second ago. Niall was here. Pong Soul, Brother Pong. Yeah, Michael Garvey. And Cyber Gunther's in the house. So welcome, everybody. It's great to have you here. A couple hours of good game talk tonight. Get everybody's mind in the right spot for the weekend. And I moved microphone positions again, Peter, because for some reason, while I liked hanging it over top and out of the way, people kept telling me I sounded like I was in a tin box. So over our break, guys could be. Panda Subs in the house. So I was actually playing with OBS and playing with all the microphone settings and stuff, and learned all about limiters and crap like that. So nice. So anyway, want to welcome everybody. We're waiting on Fastback to
they say they can only hear you.
No, they should be able to hear you now.
Check. I believe I'm audible.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're just waiting on Fastback to get home and jump on, and then we'll get him into the place, into his little spot there. But I want to welcome back somebody who was he's a former NLG alum and great guy, great gamer, retro guy, Xbox guy. Really cool guy. It's great to have you back on tonight. Mr. Juan Gallardo, how you doing, brother?
Well, I don't know about cool, but I'm all right.
I've always been cool
I appreciate the warm welcome. It's really great being back.
It is. It's been way too long. So,
yeah, indeed.
So
I'm here on the screen next to us. It's good.
I know.
The boys are back in town.
I know. It's like old times.
Yeah.
Just like old times.
Yeah.
And we got some very new people in the chat that don't know much about you. So, it's a good way to make a good first impression.
Hey Jeff, what up, Indy? See y'all.
So, and of course, he's in the game. I'm going to introduce him since Chris isn't here yet. He is Peter Heutink, HDK. What's up, man?
What's going on? I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
Being inside, there's no curfew right now, but...
Oh, good. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Everybody's safe. Good. Everybody's safe and sound.
Apparently, yeah.
All right. Well, good. Hey,
I mean, yesterday the house was loud. It's like every device you have, including the regular old-fashioned telephone, was like ringing. Like,
oh my goodness.
It was like, okay.
So, Hyperion. This is Juan, the greatest captain on the seas.
He means the worst, but yeah, we sail quite a bit.
I'm in the presence of 2 pirate legends. I mean, I'm I'm just salty nuts tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still playing the Sea of Thieves on really pretty much the regular. Been a little sidetracked with other projects recently, but anytime there's something new to do, content, new things to check out, we're in there. Our boy Natty Red Gals,
Yep.
in there with us. Another and HK when we can get him on the boat,
Yeah.
is always welcome.
Well, now with my
Fast.
shiny new Series X, I downloaded it. I've played it. It's actually, I gotta say, man, that 4K 60 is sublime.
Yeah, it's always looked good, but it's such a different game at 60 frames on the Xbox. It's to be honest, it was a little bit irritating. It was great. It was fantastic, but I'm playing and I'm engaging with other players in the game and everything, and it's like every last one of those PC dudes who was talking about how 60 frames was not an advantage over 30, they were not telling the truth. They were not being very honest.
No, they were not.
No.
I mean, we knew they weren't, but then to experience it, it does change the game a whole lot, and it's still a beautiful world. It's really well crafted, and they've done a lot over the 3 years to give players different things to do, and so yeah, it's kind of cool. They're rolling out some new stuff recently, stuff that I'm not going to take credit for, but I definitely did very stridently go, hey, you should do this, and they're doing it soon. So I can't take credit for it, but it was definitely my idea.
Nice. Yeah, the game still has me a little bitter though. Just the whole way went down, and
yeah.
I mean, then you have the tryhards and all this stuff. It's like,
it can be pretty tough. It can be.
And you have to watch Twitch, for the Twitch drops to get your some stuff. It's like, even with Mixer still on there, it's like, seriously. First of all, like, why do you want me to watch anything? It's like, I should be playing the game.
Yeah, I don't disagree. The Twitch drops are probably one of my least favorite things they do. I kind of get why they do it, in that it's supporting their partners. It's driving traffic back at them. But it's pretty obnoxious, in my opinion, to take things that could be used to be making the game better or more interesting or give more reason to play, and turn it into, watching or at least tuning in and minimizing, a streamer's Twitch. It's just not interesting to everybody, and I don't feel like it's catering to players very well. But that's just my opinion.
But also, like, you just watch for the Twitch drop and then you close the stream. So it's like getting like a cheap, there's people getting a cheap high, and then it's like, no, it's like,
that's
I don't know.
funny.
Although the correction for me is I get into the chat, get banned, get the drop, and then because I get every time there's one of the drops, I get banned in like 4 or 5 different streamer chats because they just, I don't know, something about the streamers, they take it really personally when you say that you're just there for the drop. They get really upset when you're like, hey, is this where the drop stuff is? 'Cause that's the only reason I'm here.
Right. I mean, I've done the same thing. It's like, drop down, bam, done. It's like, I'm not even watching. It's like,
they get so mad that you don't have to be rude about it. It's not rude. It's just what it is. It's why I'm here. That's what it's for, right?
Yeah.
But
it would be nice if you could like earn that in game too. I don't know. Instead of watching, like, I know they do what they, the reason why they do it, but it would be nice if it was like an alternative, so you can get your full set. And I don't know. I've missed so many things, and it just makes me more bitter.
Yeah, it's
like
there's a lot that Sea of Thieves can do to improve how they cater more to players and streamers. There's a lot of different things they can do. Hopefully, with the new stuff, there'll be some more. Do you remember the tour of duties in Gears of War when we would do a multiplayer in that, and you get the stars and unlock the rewards? Yeah. They're bringing something like that into Sea of Thieves, so that could be kind of interesting.
That could be fun.
Cool. Hey, quick little shout out to Infinite for the 99 cents of the money.
99 cents.
Yeah.
$4.99.
Oh, 99.
Says,
yeah.
This
Such a nice.
Says, what's this button do?
I don't know. Hit it again.
Thank you, Infinite. Thank you, Infinite. We appreciate that.
Calling here bingo soon.
We say thanks, bud.
Yeah. I'm going to actually be getting with Jay soon. We're going to get some custom icons and stuff. We're gonna set up a membership and see if people want to help us out. You know, Annihilator's in the chat, and for those of you who don't know, and by the way, I just wanted to shout out, quick shouts to Siberia, Infinite, Matt Burns. Haven't seen you guys in a couple weeks. Really appreciate you. Jeff Rule. Oh, God damn it, Infinite.
Bingo.
Infinite, love you, man.
Thanks,
Indie
Infinite.
Gamer and all those guys. I mean, man. But Niles gonna be doing some Twitch streaming for us. I've put him in charge of our streaming venture over on Twitch.
He's now an official member, right? I don't
He
know
is
if
now.
that was
He is.
before,
Yep.
it was like a last show, but yeah.
Yep. He is an official member of NLG, and so we're gonna start trying to work in. If you guys want that kind of content, those kind of streams, you help us out with membership and stuff like that, then we can get Nile stuff to stream and help, and it all goes back into the channel. I promise you that everything will go back into the channel. So more on that as I kind of get it set up. So
I need to cancel that Ferrari.
Hello?
yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, dang it.
Chris snuck in the
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, brother?
Hey.
What up, Fast?
A little late.
It's all right.
Sitting there
It's
fast.
all
just trying to
right.
get Happy New Year's and
So
just trying to,
yeah.
I had to, because I got a new TV and then I moved things around, got the modem and everything moved in here so I can get all that set up. And I forgot to put the computer put it on the internet. So I was sitting there. I was sitting there on the Skype and I was like looking at it, getting everything set up. And then I was like, okay, I think I'm ready. And then I look up at the top, not connected. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's like
Pong Soul was hold on real quick. Pong Soul was asking if I could drop your Twitter in the chat there.
Oh yeah.
Cool. All right. Sorry, Peter. Go ahead.
Juan, great to have
Hello.
you on, brother. Back on.
Thanks for having me. Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you're always welcome. You're always
Yeah.
welcome. You've.
You guys will let
You're
just
in the
anybody on.
Jeep, but
That's right.
You're in
You
the
you
Jeep.
are. You always will be. So.
Bringing down the average.
Well, good, because that's been me for the last year. So I'm glad to have someone else take the spotlight away from me on that one.
we haven't had a thumbs down yet. So
No, it's coming. Don't worry. I've pissed people off today, so it's coming.
hey,
Right.
welcome it. Bring it. Give us that click.
That's right. So, Chris, how you doing, man? What you been up to?
Just getting back to work. First week back, I guess. Well, kind of. Had a little bit of time off during the New Year's. It's a 4-day weekend, so and just lots of gaming, lots of Cyberpunk, Cyberpunk and Evercade. So
We're
Yeah,
getting
we're-
close to the end in Cyberpunk, aren't you?
I
Any
have
story?
reached the last mission, but I didn't go any further because it says if you go any further, you'll be locked out on your side missions. So I kind of held off a little bit, so I can do a little bit more side missions, get some level up and gears.
Doesn't that suck when a game does that? You almost to the last level, and then you go, well, if you the point of no return, you can't go do any side missions until. But I imagine it's gonna let you back. It'll let you back into the game afterwards, like all the other games do.
Yeah, once you're done with the main mission, all that stuff will open back up. But it's not a big deal. I mean, honestly, some of those side missions, they're like main missions themselves. So yeah, I'm just enjoying it all around. It
seems to be one of the things that
Definitely-
CD Projekt Red does best is
Yeah.
those kind of fleshing out the world story quests things.
Yeah, there's characters in your side missions that are just as good as the main mission characters. So,
Cool.
but
So
other
we
than
don't
that,
need Keanu. That's the main part of
it.
the mission, right? Or is
dude,
it side
Keanu,
side
no.
story?
Once you get to him, that's when it like opens up. You're like, oh shit, now it got real. And his character is just great. When you follow along and when he interacts with you and so on, going along with, he'll interact with you in side missions and main missions. It's just great. You'll see.
I will see
Nice.
later.
Yeah,
Yeah, me
you gotta
too.
hand it to Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, me too.
It's got that whole vibe of, kind of like a Matrix combo of John Wick, So
Yeah,
Look,
the
everybody's showing up tonight. We got Sisters Caitlin in the house, Brother Prophet. I want to say, Prophet.
Siberia.
I was on. Yeah, Siberia is on. I wanted to. I was on with Prophet on Tuesday night on Retro Renegades. I think it was the first time I had been on with him live, actually. So very cool. Phasma's in the house from Gaming Beyond the Box. Did I say hi to Panda Sub? I don't know if I did or not. So if I didn't, I'm sorry, Panda Sub. You know you're my brother. And so we did say hi to Hyperion. So we got a great chat room going tonight. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, it was an awesome show, Infinite. It was an awesome show. Retro Renegades is just so fun. Mav is on the toilet.
It's fun
that's
and
a shit thing to
safe
do.
for
Dang.
work.
Wow. I refunded Cyberpunk.
Did you?
Yeah, not out of I think I think the game is actually kind of better than the reception it got, almost like Andromeda, like people kind of taking bugs and it being the worst thing ever, a couple glitches here, there, whatever. But
or Unity, AC Unity, remember?
Right. Yeah. But the thing for me was that it's not the X version, and I kind of just I guess peer interest about it. I wanted to be playing what people were talking about, and it's not bad, but it's not. I didn't feel like they needed to hang it on my 60 until it was an actual Series X version.
Yeah, I can understand that. I got it for 50 because it was on sale at Newegg, so it's like, okay. Digital code is like, where do you go? Newegg says like, oh, don't want to do anything, and Microsoft says like, oh, you didn't get it to us, so I don't know.
Yeah, I took that money.
I did it quick. It was no kind of hassle. It was well before any of the whole refund, who isn't kind of controversy. Then it was just real simple. I don't refund often. The last thing I refunded was that sniper game. Remember the sniper game that did like a kind of a goofy promo thing where they said they were gonna withhold something from the Xbox and then they said, oh no, we're gonna I've been baited. No.
It's not. It wasn't. Was it one of those zombie sniper games?
No, I don't think it was not Sniper Elite. It was the other one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. It wasn't Sniper Elite. It was the other one. But
I will be right back. By the way.
Sniper Elite.
Cool. But yeah, no, I'll definitely. I have interest in Cyberpunk. I liked a good deal of what I played, but like I said, I couldn't see, give them like a $60 front on getting me the version that I want. So. And I'll pick it up later at some point, maybe on sale. But
yeah,
although I do agree with some people's objections to kind of the way that the reviews were handled, and nobody saw anything on console, and it was dictated what the reviewers could cover and all that. I do think that there was some CDPR, some CD like a bad place. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, no, I don't know. I never was as big a fan of. I thought a lot of their PR was kind of pandering anyway. We're the good guys. We're not greedy, so on and so forth. So I never really. It was a regretted purchase just because I did it because I wanted to buy what people were talking about.
Yeah, so at least then you can participate.
Right.
And, see what it's all about. Yeah.
But I will give it another go once it's ready for prime time.
Cool. So what have you been playing lately?
Well, doing the sailing thing. They had the Festival of Giving, and there was all kinds of fun with my boy, Demon and Joe, who I was in the Marines with, and that's one of my favorite things about Sea of Thieves was that I was able to, there was a week where they gave away some codes, and you could get some people in the game, and I sent him a code, and I ended up sending him an Xbox at some point so he could play, but he got into the crew, and then he got his own Series X when that came out and everything. But same with him, Demon, Nate, doing the Festival of Giving. It's interesting how hard it is to give stuff away in that game. because everyone thinks you're trying to like be the pirate, take stuff from them, and so you walk up and you're like, hey, we want to give you some stuff. Like, oh god, no, get away! And we had to like sink people because they tried to fight us off, and then I ended up getting so fed up with it that I commandeered another boat. Like we knocked down their masts. Like, okay, look, we're not going to kill you. Just stand over there. I'm going to start driving your boat over here. You're going to turn this loot. Like,
yeah,
fully took control of their boat. So it's a great game. I've been playing that. Been playing a lot of State of Decay 2 because I always liked it, and it's another game that picked up really well with the Series X updates with how it plays on X. It gets to 60 frames per second. There's the whole like traversal in the cars around the places. There's not the pauses as it loads different areas. It's seamless throughout the whole region now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, a lot more zombies. The auto HDR feature for the Series X kicks in, so it adds HDR to the game too, which is nice. That's a really appreciated feature, I think. I actually fired up several BC games. Like I played through the entire campaign of the first Forza Horizon game. See how it looked on auto HDR. It does really good things for that game. Everybody who has a Series X should play through that game. I still think it's the best Horizon.
Yeah, just a story. You're just leveling up because you want to be the best driver. Yeah.
Right. And
bracelets and stuff.
It cleans up real good. I mean, it's not as pretty as 4, and I don't think it's 60 frames either yet.
Really?
No.
I thought they were supposed to.
We're talking about the first one.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about 3. Oh, not 1. Game. Oh. Yeah. They said they weren't going. They said they weren't going to do anything with those.
Yeah, I think there will be select BC games that get double frame rate. I think that's something they're working on if I understood it correctly, but it's not a thing yet. But I want to see what it looked like with the auto HDR. And like I said, it does really nice things for it. The sunsets and like the laser shows at the festivals and everything. But as I was playing, I was like, man, this is great. I forgot how great kind of having a story mode racing is, because 4 is okay, but it's so open and just a map full of like do what you want and no guidance, not that I need in my handheld necessarily, but there's no structure to it really. Whereas like in Horizon they introduce characters and they have there's those like your villain characters and you go take them down and you move up in the thing, and it feels a lot more like a progression. It's like a lot more like a story, and there's none of the filler, none of the whole like spinning for horns or
and emotes,
right? And emotes, right?
Yeah.
Hey, look, I can do this now.
Nope, it's all killer. Yeah. So I ended up getting hooked, and I played through the whole thing. So I've been doing a lot of that, a lot of experimenting with different things. The new Gears Hivebreaker expansion is everything everybody says it is. It's pretty amazing. Oh yeah,
Hivebusters. Yeah, we gotta play that. We gotta play that this weekend.
I'd help. Hyperion and I went through it.
We do.
Just within the last couple weeks here, and last week maybe. So good. It's not long. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's like a little concentrated shot of everything awesome about Gears, and it looks amazing on the Series X. Just stellar.
Yeah, I've got it downloaded. Just been waiting for the proper time to get it running. I've actually go ahead.
Well, the characters in it were introduced when Gears 5 came out, and had the escape mode, which was a new gameplay mode where these characters, they get taken, they allow themselves to be captured by the swarm, and they fight their way out of a hive. They set a bomb and fight their way out, and it was fun, and I enjoyed it, and all these new characters. Now, one of the characters, Mac, he was pretty much hated, pretty much loathed by the Gears community. Like, I remember I had a Mac profile for a moment, and like some guy was like, "Oh my god, imagine liking Mac," But in this story, this is the Hivebusters. It's like the origin story of Scorpion Squad, those characters and how they came together and met and started and worked out what they do and all that. And the characters are so great, and Mac is amazing, and it's great. He's really good in it. I just love that the coalition was like, okay, hate him, but we're gonna make him awesome.
Yeah.
And it's just the whole. I mean, all the characters are good, but yeah, it's a really great co-op too with the different they each have a different like ultimate ability. It's all, like I said, it's a little concentrated Gears goodness, and it makes me very excited for what they do next.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, we got to
How many
play it.
player co-op?
we need to tackle that.
Is it up to
Three.
4? 3?
Three.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep, because that's how big Scorpio Squad is. But there's returning characters from the series that are cool to see in there. There's everyone knows about the Coltrane. His daughter's in there, so a lot of cool stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Hold on, because I think I have. I'm pretty sure I grabbed the trailer for that. I'm pretty sure I do have the Highbusters launch trailer. Hang on.
Yeah, it's quite good.
Ooh. Oh, hold on. I'm going to have to turn it up a little bit, share it out so you guys can hear it.
Fought an endless horde of monsters from
Oop.
hell. And barely escaped with a life.
That does look good.
How's your day been?
Well, it's about goddamn time. Look, I know your past. That you've all suffered and struggled, but you've still got that fight in you. That's why you're here. Best of the best.
Whatever the mission, sir, we're in.
What?
Oh, who's that guy?
That's
It's a
Hoffman.
high-risk mission,
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's I recognize him.
but if we get this right, we can wipe out those bastards.
Hey!
Save the entire goddamn planet. Get behind me!
See, this is the trailer.
See you on the other side.
Ah.
The hell is that?
Nice. Yeah, we gotta play this weekend, boys.
Yeah,
let's get
the
this done.
environments in it are not like Gears environments, and not bad. It feels like Gears, it plays like Gears, but it's the jungle island is something that you haven't seen a lot in Gears as places you fight through. So that's cool. The volcano places, it's really quite good. And I do agree with Elite.
Shizno.
Yeah, that guy Elite. I do agree with what he said. That it's worth the $20 if you don't have Ultimate, but if you have Ultimate, there's almost no reason to not do it. It's
Yeah. Well, and if you're in Game Pass,
Yeah.
you've got it. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I've watched I've watched a little bit of Mav's stream, Fun Speculation stream on it. I didn't want to watch a lot of it because I wanted to kind of experience it for myself, but I watched a little bit of his and it looks tight. It looks tight.
Yeah, I would consider going back through it at a higher difficulty. We went through on like the intermediate, and I might have to have Mr. Hyperion carry me through on a higher difficulty. I might have to jump on his back. The difficulty.
Yeah. And
That's
you know,
Bob
look,
Cooper's always
how about
carrying
how about the coalition, man? I mean, they're supporting that game. They supported the game through the Series X launch, and now they're coming out with, maybe this is the start of some of that, kind of episodic Game Pass content that they're talking about, because this is, I know it's co-op, but it's also single player. The very single player stuff that Xbox always kind of gets pinged on. Now we're starting to see some of that,
Yeah, it's early yet, but it could be that. It could, if Game Pass can deliver me like, kind of bite-sized 1 or 2 session, really high quality things like this, I'm all for that.
Absolutely. So.
Yeah, I mean,
how many hours is this?
It's maybe 6. I mean, it depends on the difficulty you set and such, but it's 2-3 sessions maybe.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
Still,
$20, that's good.
I mean, 6 hours. I mean, that's about.
I I think if you're good at Gears, it'll be faster.
All right, well, fun.
I'm not terribly great at Gears.
Mav just said about 3, so
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays on chicken mode.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
All
I
right,
can't recommend it enough.
that's our mission this weekend, boys.
I
Yes.
had been
Yeah.
playing a lot of Bleeding Edge, but that's a sad story.
I know. I always
Yeah.
love
Well, I know
watching.
You're still carrying that torch for Bleeding Edge.
I
Yeah.
would go back. I
Yeah.
would play that game more if it weren't about the same 8 dudes now in matchmaking.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I mean, if
think,
it wasn't for you, we didn't hear anything about the game.
yeah,
It's like,
Well,
Well,
I-
you and Nate played
the-
a lot too.
Mhm.
I've never seen somebody with a love-hate relationship for a game like you Bleeding
Uh,
Edge.
Well,
Well-
that and CNCs,
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I get passionate about what I play, but the
Oh, yeah.
the thing about Bleeding Edge is small team, and it had some content. I mean, it wasn't huge, it wasn't really fleshed out. I think it suffered from some really inaccurate comparisons to, say, Overwatch. I think there was a lot of like Overwatch defense force out there hating on it, but the characters are great. The mechanics are really good. They added some things to give you some kind of more variety in the play, some like modifiers to maps, new characters. I maxed out like, I don't know, 5-6 characters, and enjoyed playing all of them, playing support, playing damage, playing whatever, tanking. If the people who make it are ever allowed to get back into doing it again for wherever they've gone, I mean, they put out the last update in July of last year, and then went like, milk carton missing.
Right.
yeah.
And so, just almost nothing for updates. I mean, not even like, we're still alive. So like Hello Games missing. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, well, that means they're coming back with a vengeance.
Well, we can hope. I guess my closet theory on it is that, they've been sucked into getting, what with the Infinite being pushed back, with Infinite being pushed back, it wouldn't
Or
surprise me if
Project
they were
Mara.
right, if they
Yeah.
were getting sucked back into one of those things and not allowed to do that. So hopefully it'll kind of get along until they can get back into it. But yeah, it really deserves better than how it was treated by the devs and some of the reviewers.
right. Well, and that's part of it. I mean, some games, and it's a crowded field. That's the other issue. I do think I thought it was funny when you said I didn't realize that people were still playing Overwatch and that had a defense force. But
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they don't like anything that kind of seems like it could be
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
What up, Jason?
Oh,
Jason.
welcome, Jason.
But I love it because it had ways for me to like throw people off of cliffs and dance. So I was
you
in-
do like your throwing people off cliffs and dancing, though.
my favorite thing.
I know that from your For Honor days.
Oh yeah, that was good stuff too.
So, but it is a crowded field too. With it's not just Overwatch that's out there. I mean, they still have to go up against the other games of that genre. Plus, you still have Fortnite and apparently PUBG's making a comeback, especially with the way it's playing on the Series X. So
Yeah, I know. I know Jack One-Eyed was in there with Hyperion and Nate, and they've had some good times with it. I just recently reinstalled it. I hadn't been able to be in with them, but that's something I'm looking at checking out too. I haven't played in a match yet, but apparently it runs real nice and still has that PUBG, tension.
see, it's
Yeah, it plays really well. It's
Yeah.
like
see, I got to
Yeah,
give it.
I
I,
don't
joy,
like that.
joy to
Yeah,
play.
I got to give credit to companies that are, getting these patches
Yobi.
and getting these things running on PS5 and Xbox Series X, so that you feel like you're bringing at least some of your catalog forward. And it's a good thing. And it's getting to where I'm starting to try to get through some stuff so I can get back to some stuff. So
Well, it's spoiling me, to be honest, because I thought, well, I went back and I played, like I said, Horizon and then some other things, and I thought, well, I'll give Sunset Overdrive. I like that. I'll try doing that. It's not 60 frames, and it hurt. Like I was playing, I went from playing whatever I was playing in 60 frames. It might have been Dragon Quest. I got into the new Dragon Quest. I shouldn't say new because that game isn't anything but new. But the Dragon Quest definitive version, that's 60 frames on the series, and so is Sea of Thieves and State of Decay, which is mostly what I've been playing recently. I'm working on the 100-day survivor, like 100 survived days in the community, and State of Decay, 35 days in. Each day is an hour and a half, so it's a bit of a grind. But so yeah, I'm going from 60 frames and I hop into Sunset Overdrive, and it's like 30, and it's like jarring. It's like, how did we put up with this?
Yeah.
Pour
It
one
was
out
almost-
for Sunset.
Yeah, I mean, I loved that game. It got done dirty too. I think I never got I don't think it ever got what it deserved. Part of that, I think, was when it was released, but not that it was flawless, but it was good.
I played it all the way through. I enjoyed it. I was a guy that watched all the weekly shows, I don't know. I
remember the
it.
whole launch party jazz, leading up to the release of this thing, and it was like all hyped and played it, and it was good stuff.
Yeah. Good evening, Scott.
Talking about all these games, you know what my game of the year was for 2020?
What?
SnowRunner.
SnowRunner, so good.
So good.
I haven't played it on Series X yet.
Yeah, the auto HDR does kick in. I don't think it's 60 frames. I don't think.
Hopefully it will.
But SnowRunner, I love it because I loved MudRunner, first of all, and this is that kind of more refined, and it's just there's kind of a zen, I don't know. There's a sense of accomplishment when you haul some massive load over some improbable terrain, and you're all half tipped over. It's even not even bad when it fails. You tip it over and you curse a lot and whatever, and then you load up a different truck and you run that over the crane and you pick things up and sort it out, and it feels even better now that you fixed it, as opposed to just failing out and resetting a checkpoint or something. Jeff Grubb wrote a piece on this, and I totally agree. But yeah, it's really good. It's huge. They've expanded it. They just added mod support recently too. I haven't really messed with that too much, but that just got added.
I remember you and I played it, and I was stuck in a tree, and he spent too long trying to get me out, and I don't know,
winching and fronting up and bumping. Yeah, I know. And that was before we even got snow tires. We're dumbasses. We're up here on highway tires trying to climb a snowy mountainside.
Because we just started out.
Right. We really should not have been in that area anyway until we were ready. But yeah, tons of trucks, tons of customization. Yeah, it's just a really, and like I said, I'll put it on and I'll turn the game music down and fire up Spotify and play some other music. But it's totally zen, tons of hours. And the multiplayer, I think they've got it stabilized. But yeah, the multiplayer is cool too.
Yeah, I remember you had to start all over because you lost your progress.
It's a testament to how much I love the game that I took about, not counting the DLC content that came later, but on the original content, I was about 2/3 the way through it when a progress bug just wiped it all out, just nuked it. I was just gutted, but I ended up getting back into it, and yeah, it was totally worthwhile.
Yeah, I remember ending up with duplicate trucks. It's like, okay, I guess I can customize one for this purpose and the other one for the other purpose.
Yep. Little having 4 twin steers or something. Yeah.
Something like that.
And I thought it was kind of cool because remember when I jumped in a little bit with you guys, I was able to borrow one of y'all's vehicles,
Oh yeah, where did my vehicle go? I remember.
Yeah,
you see, hey, there's Chris.
And I get it stuck somewhere, and oops, and I'm kind of quiet, let me go borrow this other vehicle to go get that unstuck for you. Sorry. Or it runs out of gas. I used up all your gas.
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
Yeah, I really like that one. That's probably my favorite one that was released that year. I still played Sea of Thieves throughout that entire year too, but that's what I do.
Nice.
So I have been working on Tetris Effect Connected all week, and I actually I'm putting out a video on it tomorrow. That I finally got finished. I want to say I know I squirrel. My wife says I have ADHD. I have to say, people who make videos and that's what they do, like they put out the constant videos. And OEB Pete reminded me of it because he puts out videos constantly. I have such respect for you guys that do that, especially like Pete. Like Pete puts out just tons of stuff. Indie gamer.
He's good.
I know there's a couple other people in the chat that do or are starting to do that. I am not good at commentary, and I have realized that trying to put together this Tetris video. And I think I figured out that my videos are probably going to be subpar to everybody else's, but I'm just going to do it because it's fun. And Tetris is a really good spotlight video. So, but I am not good. I'm much better at written commentary than I am at saying things. So
it's an art. I don't know how people do it.
I don't either. I mean, well, you did it. You put out, you did it, and you had, dude, when you were doing the retro videos here, and you had, I mean, it was great.
Yeah, but none of that was spontaneous. That was all. That was all notes.
Pete, your stuff
you
is
were well prepared.
Yeah,
and that's what was great about it, because you gave us a lot of information that a lot of us, we don't know unless we go look it up. But it's good coming from you that you played it, you're thorough, and then you give us a little bit of background of that game. So
yeah, it was always fun learning about
classic stuff.
Yeah, I did enjoy the research part of it. I did enjoy sitting down and being like, okay, what can I learn about, say, Resident Evil, the second game, Resident Evil 2, the whole way that Resident Evil 2 was kind of scrapped halfway through because of a fallout between, the Scalebound guy whose name escapes me right now.
Kamaya.
Right, and the other executive producer, and then being redone. So yeah, there's a lot out there to learn about, like how Ninja Gaiden was originally going to be a PS2 game, but it ended up getting moved to Xbox, so they sent another name who escapes me. They sent him a Xbox, and he's like, "This is what we're going to put it on." So yeah, the music, there's all kinds of things out there about all of these games. There's a real history to all of it too, which I got some more appreciation for when I started following people like Mike on Twitter. That guy's amazing.
He is awesome.
He is.
John Lindemann from Digital Foundry takes a lot of heat for the stuff that Digital Foundry does on consoles and comparisons, but what that guy really rocks at, not that he's bad at anything he does, but what he really rocks at and makes me look like a rank amateur is his retro stuff. His retro stuff is
I will admit that. I will, because I've kind of hit on him recently for a lot of the you guys know I'm not a Digital Foundry fan in the way they do their comparisons and stuff, but when they focus in on something from a technical aspect, or when John's doing his retro stuff, I love it. So there's a few guys. There's a few guys out there that that do retro, like OEB Pete and Rich Hayward and Sega Lord X, another guy that I really like. And I've been getting into Top Hat Gaming Man too. I love his stuff. And then there's a guy out there, and I swear one day he's gonna answer me, because I follow him on Twitter. His name is Larry Bundy. Mm-hmm. He does these videos called Fact Hunt. And you want to talk about somebody who knows stuff that you never knew about a game. He does these like Fact Hunt videos, and they're unbelievable. So, yeah, Sega Lord X is legit. I've slid a couple little messages in his videos like, "Hey, we'd love to have you on to talk Sega." So, what's up, Born? I was
talking Sega this morning. bored at work, and so I did a list of my 10 favorite VGM tracks from.
Oh, I saw that.
The top two were Dreamer, and these are kind of interchangeable, but I went Dreamer and Go Straight. From
Your number one was good. Golden Axe is a good soundtrack.
That was Streets, though.
Which one was it?
Streets 2. Go Straight.
Oh, well, where was Golden Axe on that?
Golden Axe.
I thought
On the Sega Master System, was it Golden Axe or Beastmaster or?
It was Altered Beast.
Altered Beast, yeah.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking is Altered Beast.
My weak spot for that single track that F-22 has, it made the list. It has one track the whole game, but I love it.
Yeah, I see it now. Altered Beast Stage 1. I was thinking for some reason I thought you had said Golden Axe Stage 1, which was also a fantastic track.
Yeah, real good.
So
I think the top three I picked.
Yes.
The top three that I picked was Dreamer and Go Straight from and the Whirlwind from Shinobi 3, because I just felt that those three kind of pushed what the chip could do further than some of the early stuff.
Yeah, I could buy that. I mean, it's when people really
well, Yuzo, because Yuzo Koshiro, goodness, I'm just bad with names. Yes, genius. I mean, I even love the the ActRaiser soundtrack is amazing on Super NES. That's him too.
Yep. I mean the stuff that he did, because he did it was ActRaiser and Streets of Rage 3 and Streets of Rage 2. The tracks, you're right. The tracks to Streets of Rage 2. I mean, there's classic, but the theme to Streets of Rage 1 is that it just gets you going.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you want to go out into the street, start walking down the street fighting people.
For me, it was just about that. I never owned a Genesis until later in life. I had a Super NES at the time, and I would trade with a buddy, and so my exposure was to his library or whatever I did. But so I missed out on like the original Phantasy Stars and such for a while. But yeah, I ended up the 16-bit is still some of my favorite stuff.
Yeah. I'm with you. Well, 32-bit to an extent, like my Sega CDs and Genesis games, my Saturn I still play the crap out of my Saturn. I swear one day I'm going to start streaming some Saturn games again. I keep saying that. Maybe this is my New Year's resolution, so I'll actually start streaming some Saturn games.
Just one Saturn game a month.
Yeah, just something.
Well, I've got to get my setup sorted out in the Southern Command here. We moved in August, and I've still got so much in the boxes.
Cool.
You got more room now?
Oh yeah. It's considerably more space. I have a basement now, and so it's my theater / tabletop areas behind me. We got what used
still
to be
doing your tabletop.
Table. Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, every couple of weeks. Same.
That's awesome.
We're talking with dudes I've been doing tabletop with since junior high.
Wow.
That's great.
So it's really great. We're playing Gloomhaven currently, which is almost like D&D in a box. It's its own separate thing. It's not related to D&D at all. But I say it because it has basically it's like a whole 100 session campaign in one big box, and it's modular tile pieces for the maps and different critters and a book full of adventures and tons of pieces. I bought this $100 wooden organizer set, so it makes trays and makes setting up and tearing down a lot faster. Totally worth it.
Yeah.
But we play with a helper app, so on my tablet, the game is pretty much ran on the tablet. So a lot of the little fiddly bits you would have to get out and move around tokens and things, you have to you don't have to necessarily do those because the tablet will keep track of it for you. Everyone plays with their cell phone and moves pieces on the table, of course, but all the math and things are done automatically.
Yeah.
Really nice, and we've really been enjoying that. One of the cool features of it is that you start out with a character, And when that character's life goal is achieved, he then retires, and you have to pick a different one, and you get a bonus for every time you retire a character on the next character. So I'm working on my like 4th or 5th character now, and like I started with this hulking, beastly barbarian guy wading into battle and slinging axes around, and then I had this little rat guy who was a shaman, but he had a pet bear that was a monster. Then I was this like collection of like a floating hive of insects that was like a hive mind, and I could like summon swarms of stinging insects and blind people, and I could do all kinds of poison and.
Reminds me of that game we played.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so it's really great. Right now my guy is probably the nastiest, and he's this little bard. He's this little singer. And one of the best things he does is that if I play a song, every enemy on the table, no matter where they are, is disadvantaged in attacking us. So if every time they do an attack, they have to do it twice, and they take the worst result. So critical misses are guaranteed to happen when they come up. And so it's almost like healing by having the damage be avoided. But yeah, it's really great. The mechanics and the teamwork between it's all co-op, so that's pretty cool. It's actually kind of a modern version of what Indie Gamer mentioned, which is a Hero Quest. And yes, Indie Gamer, I have heard of a Hero Quest. I love Hero Quest. I would play Hero Quest today if anybody would play it with me. It's fantastic. It was a Milton Bradley / Games Workshop project back in the 80s, and you can find the ads for it. They're kind of classic, but it's kind of simplistic, but it's really good. Actually, if they don't know, that was kickstarted just recently. So there's another company that's doing a revival of Hero Quest with all the pieces being 3D printed and new characters, although it's the same rule set, it's the same game, but they're adding some characters, they're adding some new missions, same old missions, and all the little furniture bits and pieces that made it kind of 3D and cool in the day are going to be 3D printed as opposed to like cardboard standees. So It looks really high quality, really really well done. I backed it, so I'm looking forward to getting that.
Nice.
Yeah, Juan, have you been to any PAX events?
Not a PAX. I did go to Adepticon a couple of times, which is kind of it's a little more Warcraft focused.
Yeah.
But it's miniature gaming and such. At the time I was working with kind of working volunteering for Cool Mini or Not, and they had a game called River Wars, and I was in like the insiders or beta on that and was playtesting and such, and ran a tournament out there. It's great fun. That's where I learned that Adepticon was where I learned how to run the open games of BattleTech that I ran for a couple of years, because the great people like Catalyst Game Labs are running a big public, what they call a grinder, and you could just sit down and they give you a mech, the record sheet for it, and they kind of explain the rules as you go. It was a really great setup. I was like, man, this looks like it'd be fun to do. So I went to the local store afterwards and kind of copied that system and tweaked it a little bit for my own, but I could just open it up and say, put it out at the store. Hey, couple weeks, whoever wants to learn or play this BattleTech game, show up. You don't have to bring anything. I got all the stuff you need. Sit down, check it out. And at one point, I had a couple dozen players coming on the regular to play Big Stompy Mech Combat. It was great.
Yeah.
That game's so old, though.
You ever get a chance, go to a PAX that I guess is closest to you. They have a huge section of board games, all kinds of stuff that, new stuff that's coming out. Yeah, they have a good area, big area dedicated, and then you got tons of tables. People can just go have their own,
Well,
time to play
tabletop's
these
been in a
games.
bit of a renaissance over the past few years. It's been making a big comeback, and
has
I'm all
been,
for it.
yeah.
It's great gaming because you have none of the nonsense that comes with online gaming for video games. None, because you're not going to be a shitty person to someone who can punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Like
Doesn't
everyone's
Black Rabbit?
there. So yeah, I do hope to get out to PAX sometime. Maybe this year. To the 20th, I'm hitting 10 years at the place where I'm currently employed, and so I get my 4th week of vacation. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Nice.
Nice. All right. I want to get to a couple of things we wanted to talk about, and Pongsol reminded me we don't have to spend too much time on this, but I do want to get a couple of opinions from you guys. One, since it's been a while since you've been on, and I know you're you're big Xbox guy. You got the Series X, and we've been talking about the games itself. But we've had it 2 months now. What's your take and your your feelings on the Series X and what it what it does and what the future of Microsoft seems to be headed at?
Well, I mean, the future is. I'll get to that, I guess, in a moment. But the console itself, just looking at a piece of hardware, that's what it is. I think it's fantastic. I think it's just an amazing box. It's quiet as I mean, it's whisper quiet. It's inaudible basically from where I play it. And my particular setup, I'm team stand up. I'm team not sideways or whatever you want to call it, because
there you go.
No, team's not tipped over.
don't trust anybody who puts that shit sideways.
Damn right.
They're lizard people from V. They eat rodents. Like I know, but anyway. So
wow. Good night, everyone.
Stand up is where it is, right? But anyway, with my setup, it's perfect. It's next to the television. It's out of the way. It's not confined in any space, so it works out great. Now, I like everything it does for every game that I played on it, and then the controller is good too. I'll get to that in a moment. But the UI is snappy. It's the quick resume is pretty amazing. Like I've been playing a lot of that State of Decay 2, like I was talking about, and I can be playing that single player, and then it's time to sail. So Hyperion or Nate or someone, hey, get on the boat. So instead of making them wait while I go to do a save, or hey, I'm doing this thing now, I'll be there in 20 minutes, whatever, I can just hit the home button, go to Sea of Thieves, play it. When I'm done, I go back to State of Decay. 3, 4, 5 seconds later, I'm exactly back where I left it, right back into the single player. It's really great for that. Because a lot of people question. I saw a lot of questioning of why would I care about having 5 different games on quick resume? I only play so many games at one time, whatever. But if you're like me and you're switching between games, and especially if you're going from like multiplayer to single player, being able to just suspend where you are in single player, do whatever, and come back, even if you unplug the console and take it to another place, it's pretty neat. You get spoiled with it. Auto HDR is amazing. Really spruces up games. Like it did wonders for Forza Horizon. I mean, the lighting in the game was cool anyway, but when you had the auto HDR, the festival lasers and everything just pop at night, it looks so cool. I just kept playing the game. That was one of the reasons why. 60 frames for the games that are supporting it, like State of Decay is a much better game with 60 frames. It's not just the 60 frames; it's bigger draw distance than Sea of Thieves. It's the whole deal. So it's the real deal. It really puts stuff out. Gears 5 looks amazing. It looks better now than it did before the Hivebusters DLC, because the Hivebuster no Infinite. I don't care how, you'll never buy me.
And so it's a quick shout out to Infinite for another super chat team sideways. Oh my goodness.
So
Infinite.
no, but where was I? Yeah, it does great things for the games. With the Hivebusters, the Gears 5 took on a patch 2, and it bumped it up to things beyond the PC ultra settings, and it just looks amazing. So what it does, as far as like the SSD loading times, all that stuff they talk about, all the features that they hyped, it's all for real. It does all that really well. What the complaint that's legit is what's new for it doesn't feel new. I think the UI and the behavior of it and all that, I think that is new. I feel that. But I do understand people saying, what am I going to play on it that's new? Because all those games I talked about that I've been playing today, since we've been talking tonight, none of those are new. None of those are brand new or just for or anything like that. So in that regard, I can see how people say it's not like buying a new console. It's not like when I was a kid and I got my Super NES at all. And I mean, I don't think anything ever will be, because the Super NES is the greatest console that ever existed. But it was new, and it was stuff that had never been done before in home, and it was only on it. And so I get that. I get where console gamers who are kind of used to that kind of thing would want that in their purchase, would want to be rewarded with that feeling for the buy. So I can see how some people can say you could wait for it, and you could if you're looking for that feeling. Don't get it right now because they're
just the stress getting one is like,
Yeah, that's true too. But I mean, I got two, but I don't want to go into too much details. But you could wait if you're looking for only new stuff. You could wait. As far as a piece of hardware, though, it's pretty amazing, and I view it for me like, because I used to at one point I was heavy into PC gaming. I think in the 90s, PC gaming was totally where it was at, and doing things you couldn't do anywhere else. And I just don't think PC gaming kind of leads in that way outside of maybe VR right now still. So I'm not that into PC right now. But when I would build my own, and I would do things like buy a new graphics card. And not once when I bought a new graphics card did I wonder, well, what new game it comes with it? What new game is only playable on this card? It's just not really how it works, and that's kind of what
because
this console
then it was
is.
like, hey, this game runs better now. I can,
Right, and that's what I've been doing too. I'm playing State of Decay because it's an entirely improved experience on my Series X than my One X, and just like I did when I got a graphics card. So if you've been through the PC thing and you've done, you've bought hardware to improve the experience you're having. That's what the Series X is. It's currently. We'll see some things that are going to only be for it. I'm kind of hoping that I don't think it's a big deal. I think the problems that Cyberpunk has people saying, "Oh my God, I hope Infinite's only on Series X because Cyberpunk proves that if it's on both, it's bad." I don't really believe that. I think Cyberpunk had plenty of its own issues. The PC version of Cyberpunk is pretty solid, other than the problems that are natural to Cyberpunk in every version, like people not sitting in chairs or dicks falling out of clothes or whatever, right? So that's not related to the hardware. But the high end isn't being held back by the low end in that way. I don't really believe in that. So I don't really hope. I'm not big hung up on I hope this and this is just for the Series X. But people who are waiting for that, you got some waiting to do, I think. Just like Sony does, regardless of whatever their advertising about such thing was originally, right? So all in all, I would say it's a fantastic piece of hardware if you're looking for a better Xbox experience. And if you're looking for something brand new, maybe wait. But yeah, I can't praise the hardware enough. It's pretty awesome. And the controller is actually, it's not revolutionary really in any way, not in the same sense that they, the big changes on the DualSense are with the haptics and the triggers being more complex. But it's amazing that I was playing with this for a while, and then I was going to play some Carcassonne with the missus because she loves some Carcassonne, and I was firing up my old Design Lab controller with my handle on it, Crazy One. And when I was setting that up in because I hadn't put her profile on the X yet, I'm using that controller. I'm like, wow, these bumpers feel like trash, and the D-pad is garbage. Like,
yeah.
How did I use this thing? And and I didn't really think about it. I just took to using the Series X controller, and it feels really great. And I've just used it since. But when I went back to the Design Lab, which was one that I liked quite a bit, I'm like, I don't understand how bad this D-pad is. Like, what is going on? Is that it's the differences with the Series X are subtle, especially if you're just looking at it. But if you go back and you pick up something else, then it really jumps out at you how much better it really is.
Also, the share button is nice.
Yeah.
The share button is nice.
You could put it like behind the pedals and stuff. I just love that dedicated button. It's there and push it. But before I forget, in for a penny, out for a pound with the Fastback Super Chat. It's like Team Horizontal is just boring missionary position. So there you have it.
You guys in the chat are cracking me up.
Adventurous.
Oh, yeah, Sister Loop is in the house.
I just can't see not having the heat stack going up. Put the vent going up.
It's very simple. Rises. I mean, it's not that hard. You simply
like a like a truck, put a tailpipe on the side. Have two nice stacks going up as
but
as
that's
fat
like
as they can get.
Yeah, but that's like it's like the trailer of the truck sideways. Roll that thing down the road.
I mean, it's you use it like it's a rocket.
Eddie was saying that the series controller is nice, and that's just it. That was my impression. Is I was like, oh, this is nice. It's comfortable, and I like using it. But then when I use something else, then it really leapt out at me about how the subtle changes are bigger than what they feel like on first impression. Now I'd swear by it. And the bumpers are the best on this. I hated the bumpers on the One X or the Xbox One.
Yeah.
The bumpers, that design was so bad. That single piece of plastic that the spring was in the plastic, like it flexed, and that was your spring.
Yeah.
I went through so many of those bumpers. What a piece of trash that was.
Did I tell you that I got my Elite 2 replaced? Also because due to a bumper issue. It's like, the Elite 3 better be like, some.
Well, I haven't taken it apart, but the bumpers feel entirely different on the. I don't think it's a similar mechanism at all. I think they've gone to not the one piece, and so that's good. My Elite, I have a version 1, and I only got it because I won a Best Buy gift card for $100, so I got it for $50. And it was great. It still runs, it still works good, but the grips on the back came off, the rubber covering, and I don't want to say this because I don't think they're bad, so it must mean that I played too much. But the two of my sticks, the rubber covered, wore out.
Oh.
Like, so.
So there's not too much A button, but too much
sticks. Yeah, and it had to be the ones that were my favorite, size. Like have the different lengths on the sticks. I like the short sticks. That's what she said. But but yeah, I wore through that. But it still works. It's still they don't drift, and the paddles are nice and everything. But I haven't used it since I got my series because I just like the way that feels. They must have done some serious looking at the ergonomics on it, but to come up with something that looks as similar as it does, but feels as different when you go back with something else is pretty interesting to me.
Yeah.
But all told, if you have an Xbox and you would play on your Xbox daily like I do, you will play daily on your Series X and have a better experience. And in time, we'll have shiny new things that are just for it. But like when you look at something like the Hivebusters DLC, it's so good. I mean, it's really pretty on Series X. It really does give me some good vibes for what's coming down the pipe.
That's what I'm excited for. I'm hoping very soon. I may, if that Amico goes into the summertime, I may slide, because Ratchet and Clank's coming. Probably before that, I may slide that PS5 digital in before then. Ratchet and Clank just looks a special kind of game, so I'm looking forward to that. So off the beaten path a little bit. I know
that was like very good.
I know you and a couple other people have told me about that. So, but speaking of the Amico, I wanted to get us kind of moving on a couple of topics here. And Juan, I don't know how much you've paid attention to the Amico, being a retro guy yourself, but I've got new footage to show us of my favorite game. And then we're gonna get to Chris, because Chris has got a special presentation for us tonight. So, so a couple of things that I wanted to kind of preface this with. We were on Amico All Access on OEB Pete's channel. By the way, Gamers United Guild, good man there. Check him out. His channel is actually down in our description, down in the Gamers United Guild section. So please sub to Pete's channel and check out all his great stuff. And when I'm able to come on Sunday afternoons for Amico All Access, It's great stuff. But one of the oh, that's right. I actually put it in its own game thing now, so I have to go to a Astrosmash. Yes. So a couple of things. So Tommy put out a video.
Hey everyone, this is
last
Tommy
week.
from
I'm just going to turn it
Intellivision,
down a
and
little
I
bit. That did a couple of things. Number one, showed off the latest build of the system, and something that I had been asking for a few weeks now. I said, Tommy, you really got to show people the system. Show it firing up. Show it working. And that's what he does. He listens to people. There's John Alvarado with his glorious mustache.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
they were showing the system as it stands, and then showing I'll scoot forward a little bit. They were showing the AI, a little bit of the AI, the menu rather. Sorry, the UI.
UI.
See, this is why I don't do videos very well. And then he showed Astrosmash, and I showed it to my son because my son and I, that's going to be one of our first games we play. And being a pack-in game, I still can't believe that my favorite Intellivision game from the 80s is going to be a free pack-in game with this console. It still blows my mind.
Very nice.
It's one thing that Xbox has to do, a packing game, even though, because PlayStation had that Astro Playroom
The
thing.
Astrobot.
And, Astro,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Well,
love
Amico
letter.
has the game, so kind of cool.
Well, what they should do is they should do that kind of love letter thing, but just put it in Game Pass.
Yeah.
When do your pack-in as you have Game Pass for your pack-in, because then you're packing in,
Right.
bunch
Well,
of
remember, you used to, right? Like your 14 days free trial. Except if you already have it, then you're screwed. But
Right.
But even
Well.
like new people, it's like, hey, the box is a little naked.
So anyway,
VIP version
yeah.
on the table. The
No,
Black carbon?
no. I don't. Well, maybe I don't know.
Regular.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Founders get the wood grain, right?
Yeah. The founders.
Founders got wood
Yeah.
grain, and I can't remember what the other colors. I definitely got the wood
was a
grain.
purple
Yeah, the
one,
Founders
what?
one was only boot grain.
The purple is GameStop.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then the VIPs are some different colors, I think.
Yeah, that black one, and I think the
Black one and a white one, glacier white or
yeah,
whatever it is.
yeah. Is this at their new office?
This is at. I don't know if this is their new office. I think this is their new office.
It looks like it.
Yeah, we were
Yeah, I
talking
think
about
so.
we were talking about that. But look at that! Look at that cool UI. Hot Wheels Colossal Crash. So that's the official name of the Hot Wheels game.
Nice.
So he tried to get Crisscross Crash, and Hot Wheels said no.
Hmm.
So
That was a track set, wasn't it?
Yeah.
yeah, Crisscross Crash and Colossal Crash are to check out. So hold on, check out what I missed this the first time around. Look at the controller. Watch the controller. Look at what's on there. I think the name of the games that you can play are on there or something. Hold on, let me see if I can get a.
Yeah, there's something on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I can't tell what it is. Oh, good. Aha! Oh, so you can sort.
Jeff Davis.
Oh, yeah,
You can
alphabet,
sort, yeah.
alphabetical A through Z.
Yeah, Pong Soul's got it right. Looks like a VMU. Yeah, Pete says it's the categories. Yep, newest, alphabetical, price. See, I should just have Pete should just do this. But Astrosmash, and I'm gonna turn up the music. I know the music was a little over loud once we were doing it for real when he showed the full game, but you guys got to see. So they're getting started playing 2-player Astrosmash, and He's showing off stuff. Here, I'll turn up the video a little bit.
Watch, I'm going to hit my ship here. Boom. And the ship starts to fly down, and now we're playing. We're playing Astrosmash. You can set for auto fire too for those folks who maybe, you know, aren't Twitch happy. You can actually just hit the auto fire, and it'll just fire for you. So all you're really hitting at this point is left and right.
Yeah, I'll be using the auto fire.
About
by
our
the way,
controllers and how everything is set up is, you know, if I wanna play like the old Intellivision game, see how it just switches there? Now I can play, you know, kind of upright, vertical like this, or maybe you're a lefty, you know, and you want to use your left thumb, or you like, you know, using your left thumb like the old school NES or Super Nintendo or Genesis days, where, you know, the thumb was on this way. Or if you prefer it the other way, boom, you switch, and see how it's instantly. You're not having to do anything except, you know, switch it. And again, this isn't even
that's
been
very
optimized
cool.
yet. Oh, watch this guy come down. Check this. Let him land, John. So in the original Astrosmash, boom! If those things landed, they'd kind of destroy you.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, so John's going to come in with the mobile controller.
Oh, and I totally forgot about the mobile controller. So,
Yeah.
So there you go. So now we're 3 players, and the game recognizes that there's an extra player now, a third player. So it'll start to, you know, send
One thing
in
is kind of funny
more
though, because
enemies,
you know, he
and,
keeps
send
touting
in
about
more
like
kind of
the
destruction.
controllers that are so great, and then they
Here, let's go to full screen. I'm
show
gonna
the
play with 2
and
hands.
compare their games and
Look
way
at
of
that.
playing to
Nah, how's this for couch
mobile
co-op?
apps and
No, this is
the way you
impossible.
play mobile and stuff. And
Oh wait, I got to send him for.
but then they show like, hey, you know, you
Auto-fire
can play our games using mobile stuff.
Okay, I'll take that plasma. You get the shield, plasma'd up, both of us.
Their messaging.
That's some good destruction there. Plasma, let me take that one. I love how the plasma like goes off the rocks.
oh, hey, Rab, Atari creep.
You
See,
also
they all
have
heard.
hyperspace as
They all
well.
heard
All
Amico
you
and
do is
came
you-
a running.
Yeah,
You touch the
yeah.
screen, boom, and you go just
You
like
heard Tommy.
the original Astrosmash as well. So at any time I can just touch the screen and I'm teleported. You don't know where, so you know it's a kind of a last ditch attempt, but it's in there.
So he's going to show off a little bit of. Pete's here for the Evercade stuff. So. This game just takes me back to my childhood. It's just I cannot wait to get my hands on this. Now
Yeah, it'll be a fun system.
yeah. Remind me, did you pre-order one?
I did.
That's
I'm a
right.
founder.
That's right. You did get the founders. You did say that. Good.
This is why you're allowed back on the show. You gotta be a Amico. You gotta be a Amico.
Yeah, that's
fan
right.
now. Yeah.
So
Yeah, you know, my cousin had the Intellivision. I never owned one when I was a kid, but I used to play the B-17 game.
B-17 bomber.
Yeah, that was one that stands out in my memory.
Yeah. So I can't tell you publicly, but I'll tell you when we're done. You'll be surprised who's actually working on that game. It's coming.
Cool.
It's not going to be at launch, but it's coming.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a cool. I see it as something like sometimes we have to wait for some of my tabletop guys to show. Sometimes the schedules don't work out so hot, so you know, get a couple over and mess around with the Amico until ready to go. You know,
Yeah.
because it's that kind of like drop in, drop out kind of gaming. It's not something
Yep.
you have to put a ton of time getting started into.
Exactly, and there's
Or
nothing
you and
wrong
the wife,
with that.
you know, just
Yeah.
sit there and have fun with
Me and the kids.
You know,
No.
with her, you know, kind of issues with her motor skills, her hands, it would be the kind of thing I think would be good for that too. It's not super complex, you know, input. But she's not trying to play Street Fighter or something.
Yeah, this would be in my living room. So I can play with
I'll give you. So we can say, Peter, that hold on. Let me see if it. That right there, with the soundtrack going like that. Oh.
Yeah, I look forward to giving it a go.
You know, this reminds me of the old days of the 16-bit era and the Sega CD and when CD platforms were just coming out. And, you know, games weren't spectacularly, graphically, 3D, super... But music and sound made the difference. And this is a game where the soundtrack is going to drive this game. And then, of course, stuff like boss battles, which were not in the original. But the thing about this is, so Peter and I got a sneak, we got a sneak peek at the soundtrack before he released the video. So, Tommy is friends with a lot of us, retro folks in the chat, and so he talks. I talk to him probably once a week or so, and we, he one day said, "Hey, you want to see some stuff?" So we can't give any specifics, and I can't. There are certain things that we're kind of NDA bound for, but I will tell you that we got a chance to see some prototype physical media.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Yeah. So they are going to sell physical media. And they are going to sell some special things. Nice. And they're all we can really say is there's some cool stuff coming. Right, Peter?
Yes. Very cool.
Sweet.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, it really is all we can say.
It's really well done, in my opinion.
I invited you too.
I was on vacation.
You were out somewhere. But,
no.
Now, next time,
smoking those ribs or something.
That's right, man. So, I don't know if you guys noticed too, but the stuff going on in the background, it's not just the foreground where you're blowing up the asteroids and stuff like that, but there's things happening in the background. I want to pop back real quick to there. Watch the planet. The planet in the background's moving. So there's all kinds of, kind of semi-parallax scrolling. And it's just beautiful.
It is.
So I'm really looking forward to this. Now, for those who did not check out Amico All Access, Tommy did say there's about a 20% chance that they're going to make the April launch date. He tried very hard not to blame it all on COVID, but let's be realistic, guys. The governor of California basically has turned the state into a prison. So they can't. That meeting that they had to make that video is one of the first times he's been in the office in like a while. So, they can't. He said that they're about 98% done with the hardware, but there's still compliance testing and all kinds of stuff that they can't do yet. So until they can get that done and then get this thing into mass production, it's difficult for them to get this thing out on time. So it's not completely out of the realm of April, but I think if I had to guess, he's gonna probably push back another month or two. So,
well, it's one of those things. It's just the fact of how things are nowadays. It's just everything is delayed. Everything is. I mean, have you tried getting anything through the post recently?
Jeez. My parents are still waiting for their Christmas cards and stuff.
It's
Right.
true. So
I don't know who else is waiting. And
It's a
getting
hot
stuff
mess all
late,
over the
too.
place. My stepmother in Florida sent us some masks for wearing about town, and some facial coverings, and it took 3
shoot.
months to arrive
3 months? Jeez.
Mhm. to our old address. Yep.
Pete, can we give you 5 minutes for the Evercade? I know you got to go. I know he's 3 hours behind, so it's. I know he's got family time and stuff like that, but
Far behind.
I know he was. He's 3 out. He's literally like West Coast, Canada. So I know he said he popped in here for your Evercade talk. So, I just wanted to show this to you guys because I'm overly excited for this. So, which apparently is a bad thing for some people. I don't know why, but so anyway, but I digress. So yeah, it's been
This looks so much fun.
It does.
I can't wait. And
If it I know it's.
hopefully
Go ahead.
we can get some, get with Tommy. Maybe we can show off some of these games at some point, or even talk to the devs. Hopefully we can.
I think
Yeah,
we could
get a
start
little bit
talking
more
to
in depth
devs.
on it.
I'll talk to Tommy about getting with some devs. I want to talk to him about getting John Alvarado on to talk about the hardware. I'm gonna start. I'll start working on that. I know they're very open to that stuff. But now let's switch over because I want to. I know OEB Pete was waiting to talk about for you to talk about the Evercade and give your thoughts. So. Go ahead and let's do that.
All right. So most people here, if you don't know, OEB Pete has been talking about the Evercade for a while, right? So now I don't know how long ago, but he started a podcast on Saturdays. Evercast.
Yep. With
So
Retro
him
Rich.
And, Richard. Bacon Ice Cream. I don't know if I've seen him here chat yet, but so I kind of paid attention to it and watching some of his one-off videos, and it started piquing my interest. So for this holiday, it's kind of a part of my Christmas gift. My wife so I picked up Evercade, the Atari Collection 1 edition. It was only $79 on Amazon, so it's not a bad deal. All right, so I'm gonna do a quick. Now I've opened this up before, so kind of showed off that a little bit. So it's like a nice little red box, and Evercade. Open it up.
Let me see if I
There's
can.
Evercade itself. It's a nice setup.
Is that a handheld style?
Yeah.
Nice.
So pull that out, and it's a very, I think it's a quality piece of hardware. It's like cell phone quality. It's the layout, the D-pad works great, and the buttons are pretty cool. It's a white and red. I don't think there's any other colors that I've seen, but it's a solid quality product. There's a backside.
Hang on.
You
Give
slide
me
it
1 second.
cartridge.
There we go.
Okay. So yeah, no, this is, as soon as I saw this and got this in my hand, quality. It feels great in my hand. This is the Atari edition. It came with, you got your USB deal, and here's the game itself.
Oh, nice.
Physical, which I think is great. I think with stuff like this, I prefer. I'm a digital gamer now, but I prefer physical when it comes to stuff like this.
That's fair.
So this is Atari collection. You got Centipede, Adventure, Alien Brigade. I think one of my favorite ones was Food Fight.
Nice. Is that running through different of the Atari specs? Like, is that just 2600 or is that 26, 52, 78?
Yeah, I believe so. I've seen a couple here, 2600. You got 78. So you do have different Atari specs.
Cool.
Yeah. So here's the little cartridge. It's a nice, feels solid. And what's cool is that when you slide it in, hold on, we're fumbling. Punch it in, and what's cool is that you can see. So you got different collections, right? So I just picked up this one. This is the Pico collection, and Juan, this one has the Nightshade, that game that I was telling you about that I played on NES.
Right.
Is on here, and
Nice.
that's one big reason why I picked up this. But there are games on here that I never played. So this is what I love about this collection. There's so many games from Atari, different, NES. I think there's some Super NES, maybe, just different systems that, if you didn't own all these systems, you missed out on a lot of these games.
Right. Especially back when you were a kid and didn't have all the buying power.
But so I'll turn this on real quick. It's got a nice sound. The sound quality is pretty good. And so here you start off with one game. You can sit there and then scroll through, pick the game that you want. And everything works smooth. I believe you can save. I haven't saved yet, but I believe you can kind of save where you're at. So this is
like
a quality
save
thing. The screen, the screen looks great. There's Ninja Golf. I thought that was funny. Kind of golf,
Yeah.
and then go kick some ass. Go golf, kick some more ass. So
That's cool.
Yeah, no, I highly recommend this if you're into retro games from the past. It's not just Atari. Like I said, you have some Nintendo games that you played on Nintendo. I'm sure there's some Sega stuff there, and of course, Pete, you can get more into it. Watch a show on Saturdays. You get a little bit more insight. There's a show of a game, and I plan on doing some streaming here, especially with Nightshade eventually.
Good stuff.
So, yeah, I thank you, Pete. Hopefully, Evercade could send you the check. Get your cut from my purchase.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this collection, like Pete was bringing, $20, and I think this has about 20 games.
Yeah.
Quality games. There's some RGP games in here. Action, adventure, and all. I mean, these were our games back in the day, and you can't discount them, but just because they're 20 plus years old or whatever. It's great. It's great to have. Yeah, you can get some of these games online, ROMs, and but I think the Evercade is quality. It feels good. You want to go to bed or you're on the couch. It's a quality handheld. It's not too big, and like I said, of course you got your headphone and and then just a regular. I think 3.0, 3.1 charger. So
looks like
my little
pretty
show
quality
and
little.
tell.
Yeah, that looks really.
It is quality. Yeah, tons of retro take you back. You got all the sounds there. Now you can hook this up to the TV, and I think you can play off the TV while you're using the Evercade as a controller. Now, Pete, maybe you can hook up. I don't know if you can hook up a regular controller to it. I'm not sure. So
Nice.
Nice. That's cool.
yeah,
neat.
no, check it out.
He's saying no, you
And,
cannot. Not yet. Oh, he says not yet. Shh.
Hey,
See?
I'm just speculating. I don't know. I'll let you bring that out.
So that's awesome, man.
No, I think it's great.
So I admit, and sorry, while I'm don't get motion sickness while I'm moving you back around. I started looking because I was like, yeah, I've got the means to get one, and I think I'm still going to. But I kept looking at it, and like, where are all the good arcade games? Now, Pete said that arcade stuff is coming, and I think Rich said arcade stuff is coming as well. So I'm apt to
arcade, like the memes kind of
yeah,
thing.
Yeah. That's
like that?
really what I'd like, and that's really what I'd like to have. It's not the bigger issue is that the Atari stuff. I was an Intellivision kid, so the Atari stuff doesn't necessarily. Okay, he said arcade versions are confirmed, and I think the one that really kind of, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get the $99 double pack, which had the Data East games in it.
Yeah.
But Bad Dudes is the NES version and not the arcade version. I'm like, but it also had Splatterhouse on it, which was a really good game. Splatterhouse 2, I think. And Pete did get Tommy and Evercade talking about an Intellivision collection. So
yeah, that would be awesome.
That would. And see, I'd be worth it for me for that. But I'm trying to figure, what I'm doing is I'm taking a look, I'm taking a look to see, I could get away with the Atari collection and maybe just try to figure out to get one more. I do still see a way to play this thing, like if I'm sitting in bed at night. Right now I'm just like playing on my phone, but I could maybe, I'm xClouding at the moment I'm playing with the xCloud stuff that allows you to use the on-screen stuff. But I mean, I could do a little Evercade at night and stuff like that.
I mean, that's what I do. I go lay down and I'm kind of calming down, getting ready for bed, and I'll just jumping on there and I'll go from game to game to try them out.
Yeah, like the Namco collections look good.
Yep. All those old Namco games are great.
Yeah.
Games are great.
Yeah, I could do
Are
that.
there any collections that are hard to get because they're sold out or are rare, or are they still?
I was just looking it up. He said the Lynx Collection 2 is off the hook, and that's got hang on, because that's got California Games, Chips Challenge, Checkered Flag,
Nice.
which Checkered Flag was really good on the Lynx if I remember. Blue Lightning, Electro Cop, Todd's Adventures in Slime World. Oh, and he said the Dizzy Collection. That's the I just saw a video on these guys. The hell were their names? It was a couple of brothers, the Oliver twins, that did the Dizzy games. So the Jellico pack looks good, but it's not out yet, and that's got bases loaded on it.
Nice.
Yeah. So I mean, this thing is really
That's the
here.
thing, though. There's a game or two that you look at these collections, you will see something there that you remember playing when you were younger, and you'll be like, and on the handheld,
Yeah, I get it. I do get it. So Namco is hard as it never gets shipped many to the U.S. So the Lynx stuff actually does like Basketball, Super Asteroids Missile Command, also Crystal Mines 2, Malibu Bikini Volleyball. Ooh, my wife doesn't have to watch me. Yeah. But the Data East collection looked really good until, like, it does have Burger Time. I mean, it does have Burger Time, and I love me some Burger Time. But I think Midnight Resistance is the Genesis version. Bad Dudes is the Genesis or the NES version, and I think there is. Let me see if I can get a close up on that box. Side Pocket's the Genesis version. Two Crew Dudes is the Genesis version. There's another trying to see what else is on. Karate Champ is the arcade, I think. But
I love that game.
yeah, but how do you? There we go. How do you really play it with? I guess maybe the pad is the left stick and the buttons are the right stick.
Mhm.
Oh no, he's saying the Karate Champ's the NES. Oh yeah, I can see the box now. It is the NES version.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's just the.
They need a DMA collection.
Yeah.
Lemmings and stuff.
That would be nice. Now, the Interplay collections have some pretty cool stuff. Earthworm Jim, Clay Fighter, Boogerman, Battle Chess.
Battle Chess.
Yeah, the Battle Chess I think is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Pete, is also the NES version. From what I think we should be able to take a look at the video here.
And what's
That's
cool
Genesis
about
for sure.
The cartridge that this thing
That's
is
Genesis.
small, maybe 3x4 inch. So it's easy to, store away.
That's definitely. I think that's either Genesis or SNES. Turn his audio. That looks like NES to me. That looks like NES. That's got to be NES.
Yeah, that looks like NES.
So, the Battle Chess was fun,
Yeah,
and I don't know what
fun.
Incantation is. I've never heard of this game.
I first played Battle Chess on PC. Had a buddy
I
of mine that
loved
had it.
playing Battle Chess on PC.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that's my only kind of reservation. But the other side of it is, I could hold out, play some games on it, and then get the arcade games when they come out. So, I mean, there is that. So, Claymates, Earthworm Jim 2, Clay Fighter 2, Prehistoric Man, Rad Rabbit. And so this is the collection 2. Pete said, wow, I never hear Pete say things like hard as balls. So that's impressive. The Technos collection. Ooh, now hold on.
Yeah, I love so many of the Technos games.
Is this out? It might. Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me play this video.
River City Ransom.
Yeah, which is out on the Xbox, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the NES version of Double Dragon. Renegade. Renegade would make a nice. Super Dodgeball. That's definitely NES.
Mm-hmm. Super Flicker Ball.
Yeah.
I love that game, but yeah. This
Yeah.
game, I played that for the first time just recently. Man, it's difficult. I couldn't figure it out.
So this looks like all Nintendo.
That made my NES version of the music list. The Daytona. Yeah.
Now that looks like it might be Super NES or Genesis.
That's got to be, that's 16-bit for sure. But
Yeah, you definitely. Yeah. I loved watching your River City Ransom retro.
That's such a great game.
I might have to pick that one up.
It was actually just last year that I actually played all the way through it, start to finish. I had not finished that game in the past.
This is why it's great having Pete in the chat, because he is. I mean, honest to goodness, is him and Rich are like the foremost experts on the Evercade.
Mm-hmm.
So, like Evercade put out a tweet about something about the about their fan base and stuff like that, and I tweeted them back and I said, you had to have been talking about Pete and Rich, because they do so much stuff. So it's great to give them some love. So here's Namco's first one. I mean, this is obviously good stuff, but I'm wondering, there's no video on it, so I don't know what versions there are. But this. Go ahead.
No.
I'd be all over this.
Battle cards. Yeah.
And then the second one. Galaga, Draga, Warmax, Dig Dug 2. I mean, this has got
Dig
some
Dug 2
good.
was
Oh, here are the splatter houses. I'm sorry, I meant to say Namco, not Data East. Burning Force. I mean, this is some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is the. See, now I'm talking myself back into it.
On a preservation level, it's a pretty good idea.
Yes.
Yeah, and on the handheld system, it's not expensive, and like I said, it's quality. It's it's a quality product for the price.
Maybe I get the Worms cart because I loved Worms, and that'd be something I could play at night. Just
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, and then they announced the Codemasters collection, which they have some good stuff in this collection, but I do think that there's a missed opportunity not having Micro Machines.
See, that was my first thought when you said Codemasters.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. But it's good stuff nonetheless. Sensible Soccer, the Tennis All Stars, B-52. Like, this is all their classic stuff. Kind of before they got known for being a racing game company. So
they did do. Did you ever play Flashpoint? It was a PC game. Operation Flashpoint.
Yes.
Yes. It was kind of a really interesting, almost like military sandbox thing they did.
Yes, and I actually have Operation Flashpoint for the Xbox, or I had it for the Xbox. It wasn't very good on that platform.
I never played on Xbox. I only ever tried that one when I was doing PC. It was just something that I always think of when I hear them too, because it's something different from so much of what they did.
Although Super Skid Marks might be close to Micro Machines.
I was thinking it looked like it reminded me of Iron Man's Off-Road.
Yep.
Short.
What was I got the let me grab something real quick. You might be interested. You might like this.
Yeah, Pete said that the Pico Collection 2 will have PS1 game on it, and I guess Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance, that's my favorite handheld.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, it's got so many different retro across multiple systems.
Yeah, Flashpoint was pretty amazing, Pong. It was been a long time since I played it, but I just remember like setting up scenarios with my buddy and playing it. That was pretty sweet.
Look, it's Pete.
Yep.
Look at that smile, man. I'm telling you, people, you have got to, and look at what's on the side there, the NLG Show. You guys have got to check his videos out.
That awesome.
Mav and Gunter. I'm telling you, if you are having a bad day, I'm saying this completely dead on ass serious. If you are having a bad day, watch one of his videos. I guarantee you, his energy will make you smile.
I mean, he took his Christmas break. It's like I miss my therapy. It's like
I know. So, all right. So I picked up this at my son and I. We like to go up to the local retro game store. He likes, ever since he started doing these retro game treasure box openings with me. He's like, "Hey, Dad, can we go up to the game store?" Because he likes the Yes, you may go now, Pete. I am sorry I kept you way longer. Please tell your lovely family that we appreciate you hanging out. So
come by, Pete.
Yeah.
Pleasure meeting you, in a sense.
Yeah, love you, man. I'll see you on Sunday, I hope. I picked up this for $10. I think it was $10 or $12. Midway Arcade Treasures 3. It's all racing. Ooh. So it has San Francisco Rush, The Rock, Alcatraz Edition, Hydro Thunder, the original Hydro Thunder.
That's a good one.
Super Off-Road. That's what made me think of when you said Ivan's. So it's got the actual arcade version of Super Off-Road. Badlands, which was okay. Hard driving and race drive. Or actually, it just has race driving on it. Race driving.
Remember that one?
Yep. By
Quarters.
Yep. Stun Runner. I don't know if you guys ever played Stun Runner.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was like revolutionary. And then San Francisco Rush 2049, which is the arcade version, and it's glorious. And an Off-Road Thunder. So this is coming up in one of my Stinger spotlights, upcoming, my retro spotlights, because there's some really good racing games on here.
Nice.
Good stuff.
So, but
Is it BC?
Probably not.
Ooh.
I know.
That was
I
OG,
can try
right?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is OG.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, if you play it through your M Classic, Peter,
True.
did you
brand new.
get that? Oh, hold it up again. He said.
I'd
Did
be
you?
surprised. I didn't see a ton of the collections make it into BC.
No, I think a lot of that probably has to do with licensing.
Probably. Because there's a lot. It's especially like music licenses and other stuff.
Mars. I
Very
would kill
tedious.
for Forza Motorsport 4 in BC. I would kill for that,
Yeah.
especially with the auto HDR. But I'd be shocked if they ever do it just because of the licensing.
What about all those
Yeah.
PGR games?
Yep.
Oh, I would
Yeah.
love to have those,
Yeah.
but I
PGR
gotta.
2 was amazing.
So I got to talk to you about this, Juan, and see, Yobi, we may not get to the KFC console. I don't know if you guys saw it earlier, but he was like, "No, please, God, no." So we might not get there.
He said you'll be out. So
Yeah, he did. He's been quiet ever since. I think he thinks that we've been building up to it.
Yeah.
The
eat enough KFC, you can't.
Yeah. Oh, I've got to talk about it for a minute only because of what it says it does. But on that in a minute.
Cybergun says I want Rock Band. Rock Band what?
Yeah.
Rock Band 4, I can play all the other songs.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So Juan, I have to preach the word of M Classic to you. Especially as a retro guy. Peter, have you gotten yours like completely set up and stuff? I know you're still kind of.
No, I did it. I did it once, and then I ran out of time.
Okay. So I got HDMI cables for the Xbox, the Dreamcast, and the Saturn, and it's pretty good stuff. And all those things do, the 480p, and the Xbox does up to 720, and I think it does a 1080i for the two games that it has, Dragon's Lair and Enter the Matrix. But I got sold. There's this guy that has his channel. His name is Generational Gamer, and he's awesome. He turned me on to this device. I'm gonna go grab it real quick.
All right.
I keep getting up. I'm sorry.
Secret device.
Yes. All right. It's called the M Classic, and it's this little thing. This end plugs into your console side. This end goes to your TV. What it does is it has 3 modes on it. It's got a straight up pass through. So let's say, I'm playing like a Saturn game, and a Saturn game is 240p or 480. I think it does the HDMI cable goes to 480p. In the middle slot, the M Classic will upscale and correctly upscale the image to 1080p and anti-alias it. I gotta see if I still have the video that I did for there were some videos that I made of this thing, and I was showing off, like with the OG Xbox, I was showing off Destroy All Humans, and I was showing people. We were on the show showing how it cleaned up the image and upscaled it. I mean, it was amazing. And then I I played Crazy Taxi on the Dreamcast. Dreamcast games it blows my mind how incredible the Dreamcast games look. It's amazing what this thing does. Here it is. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Oops. Hold on. Videos. And this thing's only $100. I mean, it's cast videos, Mike's Mike's Retro and M Classic. So here's Destroy All Humans in Xbox 480p.
Mm-hmm.
And then it stops, and with the M Classic, it totally cleans up the image and it upscales it. If you look at the difference between the mothership.
Yep.
And I mean, it was almost like, there might not be a reason for me to really get the remaster of this, because I could just play this. I think the other spot where, here we go. So watch the ship itself. It completely anti-aliased the picture and then upscaled it to 1080p.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, this thing is just I couldn't believe how the picture quality. So I've got all of my retro stuff that's going through HDMI. I've got it going through this thing. Do I have crazy? Oh, this one. So this is Outrun 2006. Mm-hmm. Or Outrun. This might be Outrun 2, either one. So the other cool thing about this is that it runs, because this game runs in 60 frames per second.
Right.
The M Classic does perfectly fine with it. Just gonna pause here. Watch the back of the car. And then watch this thing in motion. You could pass this off as an Xbox 360 game or a cheap indie Xbox One game.
Sure.
It just, it's something to look into. And I don't know if you're doing HDMI on your consoles or your retro stuff or not, but if you are, this is a real handy piece of equipment. It's just this little thing.
An M Classic.
M Classic.
I'll have to look into it as I set up. Right now I'm all CRT.
Mm-hmm.
So because my HDMI, my 1080 that I was using with the retro setup in the past is currently on replacement duty. My Sharp 55 died, and I'm just debating if I want to try to part it out, because the screen is fine, but it had a board go, and they're not making them anymore. And I can try to find it, but I'm gonna have to crack it open and see exactly which one it is, because they use 3 different boards in the same model number. So
convenient.
Yeah, really.
Wow. Watching this again, I just noticed the Peter, watch the timer. The middle timer. Watch how it cleans that up. Oh, let's see. I'll explain how the magic stick does it. Watch that 38, or it's going to turn to something else, but the skybox and everything, just I didn't even notice that the last time.
Oh yeah, it really cleans it up.
Yeah, it's really intricate. He wants the intricate details of the science. Where you see what the thing does is, I don't know what hocus pocus they put in there. I mean, obviously it's there's some digital there's some digital chippage in here that reprocesses the picture.
It has secret sauce, Mike.
Yes, it has secret sauce. I don't care what that sauce is. It's freaking beautiful. So.
All they did was switch the wires.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I mean, it just makes the game look so. Turn a 38 into a 48.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah. Gives you 10 more seconds to finish the game.
Yeah.
Nice one, Mav. Nice one. So no, that's really. Oh yeah, this was. So the other thing that this has.
yeah.
So this, and I think I did this on purpose. There's a third part of the Switch that puts the game into what they call retro mode. So as much as I don't mind, like the Dreamcast HDMI cable stretches the picture out to 16:9. If you're a purist, then if you put the M Classic in retro mode, it will put the game back in 4:3. So what you're getting here is right. So the HDMI cable that I got for this was the Hyperkin. I think it's the one I got for this, and so this takes the feed off of the VGA port. So you're getting the VGA feed, and then the M Classic does the upscaling to 1080, but then it keeps it at its correct ratio and doesn't stretch the picture out, and then it does all the anti-aliasing and stuff. So I mean, this could pass as an indie Xbox One or PS5 game. I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
So definitely something to check out.
Yeah, really neat. If I ever get upgraded for HDMI, my retro, I'll be looking into that for sure.
Oh, RoboLest. So I even tested it out with Sega CD games, like RoboLest. Looks really sharp. Now, to be fair, it's running a little bit on an emulator, but
right.
So this is Saturn hardware. I heard you yawn, so I'll get you out of here.
But it wasn't a hint. Just
no. I know, but it's also 11 o'clock. I know you needed to go, and I know you got to get up early. So anyway, that is just I something to check out. So
yeah, no, really neat piece of little gear there. I'll have to check that out for sure, because I do plan on getting my TV back into my service once I get figure out what I'm doing with my. See, that 55 that died. I'm either going to try to fix it or use it as an excuse to replace the one that my Series X is on right now, so that I can get one with HDMI 2.1 and get the variable rate HDMI for those variable rate refresh rates. Yep. So I might be able to parlay that into a new TV for the Southern Command here, but anyway, yeah, 4:30 came early this morning, so I'm gonna have to jet.
Yeah, no worries. But
it's fun being back. I'd do it again if you had me. If you'd have me.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime you want.
Mhm.
Anytime you want.
Appreciate that.
You're alumni, man. You
like
are,
old times.
Yeah, this really was like old times.
I'll let you know if I get into doing anything with the stuff.
Okay. Well, yeah, but maybe we can talk.
Yep.
So,
Good
brother
seeing you
Juan,
again, Chris.
it's always a pleasure.
Juan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn your camera
Chad.
off, because once you drop out of Skype, if you've got a weird face, it's gonna be like that for the rest of the show.
Sweet.
So
Never tell me these things. I'll get you next time.
that's right.
I'll catch you later.
All right.
All right, one.
All right,
What's
man. Peace. Good stuff.
Yeah, really.
Real quick for fun speculation, saying this is a cool gamers show and tell. Like, boom.
Ooh.
For some reason, I forgot to set this up. I got a Yeti X. So right before the show, I was like, hold on, where's my headset?
Forgot to set it up.
Oh shit, I got it. So I probably could have done it real quick, but it
It's
All
a
right,
Series X and isn't Yeti X.
I got a Yeti X with the Series X. It's all about the X.
It's all about the X.
All about the X.
That one's pretty cool. I'll
So
tell you more about it once I get it.
yeah,
All
I still like my $16 setup here. So I'm curious. I am curious how it sounds, but
I mean, through Skype, you sound good.
well, that's excellent. Well, like I said, through OBS, I've been playing with all the compressors and limiters, so I'm trying to keep it so that you guys know every time I type on the keyboard.
Oh yeah, but now you sound like a squirrel. No, I'm just kidding.
There's another. So I wanted, after. So I picked up this the Black Series Luke Skywalker from Return of Jedi.
Ooh.
And especially after watching, I'm not getting spoilers, but after watching the last, dang it,
Last Jedi.
Mandalorian.
Oh, Mandalorian.
Yeah, this got me all fired up. It's like I got to go get me a Skywalker, Return of Jedi, because this has, this has the outfit from, when you're on Endor. But
Oh,
then
right.
you can take that off, and then he's got the black, outfit. So I'm gonna actually. I don't know if I should unbox it. I don't know what you guys think. I don't think I should unbox it, but it's not in perfect condition. The box. I was thinking about taking it out and putting it inside the case, because my computer, it's all about the black and green, right?
Yeah.
And that's what Luke with the black and the green lightsaber. So that's the theme of I'm going with the deal. And then real quick, so during the time off, and of course, what's funny is that I was playing the heck out of Cyberpunk. And then all of a sudden, my TV, my TCL, a 55-inch 4K, just stopped working. I could not get it to come back on. I tried everything to reset it, and nothing would work. So I told the wife, well, I guess the TV knew that we got a stimulus check. So I said, let's go. I need to go get me another TV. So
Nice.
I got, this time, instead of getting me a TCL, I went with LG 4K, 50-inch. Not 120 hertz. I'm a cheapskate. Even though I can afford it, I was not going to spend that much money. Not right now. So,
Nice.
so got a new TV.
Nice.
So kind of got
My
a
TV
little
needs to
spoiled.
stop working, but
We gotta send.
Thanks to that space stimulus.
We gotta send we gotta send a Phantom Shock to his TV.
Phantom Shock.
All right, Yobi. I'm sorry, man. I know, but I gotta show the video.
Blue stick.
I gotta show the video.
Sorry.
See, that should inspire you. So, he said the TCLs can handle it okay, but the problem is their internal processors tend to run hot if you don't have any active cooling. If you add a fan to it, they survive.
Yeah. Now, other than that, the TV was great. It had a great picture. I think I had it for a couple years, maybe 3. Other than that, I just went out. I still got it in the back room. Maybe I'll tinker with it and get it to work again. So we'll see.
Nothing a rubber mallet can't fix.
That's right.
I mean, I work on there at the engine, so I can fix the TV, right?
Yeah.
So check this thing out. I'm not quite sure what to think. I didn't think it was real. I still up until the very end thought that this was some sort of joke, kind of like when IHOP said they were just going to start making burgers. But no.
But
Apparently
IHOP is making burgers.
Well, but they were calling themselves
Oh yeah.
Remember they were changing their name to IHOB and all that
Yeah.
nonsense.
Oh yeah. Something.
So, all right. So, I'm sorry, Yobi.
He was waiting.
Brand new gaming console with. Are you ready for this shit? A chicken paper. Oh my god. Okay, now. So there is an actual KFC gaming division, and there's this thing is real. I'm gonna,
Not just an air fryer.
it's not just an air fryer. Welcome, Just Cause DJC. Welcome, brother. So, hang on. So, there's a company out there called Cooler Master that is actually making the console. This is the only reason that I keep thinking that there's somebody's going to tell us this thing is not real, and we've been fooled all this time.
Yeah. You can buy it in the store for $1.
Or maybe, you know,
21.
the system runs hot. Is the reason why you can keep the chicken, warm. When you're hungry, just pull it out, eat a piece, get back to gaming.
Don't run out on us, Yobi. We need your New Year's question. Don't run out on us just yet. Yeah, no one will worry about the console overheating. So here's the meat and potatoes. So there's actually an an i9 processor in this sucker. So when we get past the hilarity of there actually being a place to warm your food in, there's an Intel NUC9 i9 in it. Ain't no New Year's question at this PS. And a hot swappable GPU slot. So we've heard about this stuff.
Hot swappable GPU.
Yeah, that's what it says. Hot swappable GPU. And it's funny because it says Asus.
Look at the super chat from Anthony. KFC is greater than Amico.
Give his money back. No, take your money back, sir. How about you can have KFC while you play Amico? Come on.
This is true, but you can't put a piece of chicken on the
can't
thing.
Warm it up. Amico
you
just
can't
keep
warm it up.
Yeah.
And then there's
Never run out of space for games.
Yep. But now they're including a 1 terabyte SSD as well. So, are we going to do Stonehenge tomorrow? And also, how is the chicken? So, tacos. See,
And
you
it's
could
VR ready.
See, you could put your tacos in this thing and keep them warm, just like the chicken. Because Taco Bell is part of KFC.
It is part of KFC.
You could absolutely keep your tacos warm in here. I could put I could go out and get some burritos and put them in there, play some Fortnite, and then when I'm ready to get that 3 a.m. second, I could be playing. You know what? I could just leave it on and be playing Halo 5 with Mav and the guys, and the girls. I'm sorry, the ladies, because Assassin's here and she's badass in Halo, so I could be playing with the guys and the ladies. Caitlin's still here too. She's not bad either. I've seen her whip some ass.
Yes, she does.
But we could be playing Halo, and I could be warming burritos in my KFC. VR ready. It's VR ready. Ray tracing, 240 hertz output. I mean, this thing is actually it's got real. It really has real tech inside of it. It's basically going to be a PC.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
I still think it's
what's the
April
price on
Fool's
this
joke.
thing?
Well, so I thought so too, but this. So, all right, hold on. So here, Cooler Master NC100. Oops.
I'm not saying that those are not real things.
Yeah, there's a case, and the NU9 is the NUC 9. This is an act. I was like, this makes no sense to me. This doesn't sound real. So sure enough, hold up. Sure enough, I put that in, and it's a real CPU. I mean, they're not kidding. So this thing is compatible with Popeyes. I mean,
No,
this thing
sir,
is
yeah. You're holding it back if you put Popeye's in that.
Yeah.
Come on.
So I'm just saying this might be a real thing. I mean, they're using names like Seagate Barracuda. Now I am curious what the
Maybe
what the
even just
GPU is.
Windows things or something. I don't know.
It's going to be a Windows box, of course. I think it's going to be just
but
another PC.
Winning,
Oh, a winning box.
like, scratch up a chicken and you might get lucky if you get a prize.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah.
Literally.
So the question too is how much is this thing going to be?
Mm.
I don't think
We
anybody.
saw that other thing. It was already $1,100. So,
Yeah,
and then the other parts,
I mean,
About 4,000.
it's like a 2 KFC prize.
yeah. It doesn't say anything about a price or a release date or anything like that.
Now, hopefully, none of the grease is leaking down to some of your parts. I mean,
Maybe it runs on chicken grease.
Maybe it does. Well, I imagine that it has to have, the little tray underneath.
yeah, I'm sure there's.
See, what's
some
that thing? A
kind of-
$10,000 prize pool.
There you go. If you want to play Call of
of
Duty
War.
Warzone. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know,
I know,
guys.
chicken
but-
little controller.
What a
And people
crowd,
say
what
that
a
the Amico
crowd.
is not real, so you
This is
see
true.
this is like,
This is true. It is very true. No. So I thought you guys. I had to show it to you. I don't know. I don't know if you guys had actually seen it or not. I don't know. I mean,
I saw it and I shrugged it off, and it's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
have to
saw
stay.
it once. I didn't really go into detail on it.
yeah.
But
So
it's
I mean,
funny though.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not gonna. Everything that I've read from. I mean, this thing really has made the news. It's been on CNBC. It's been on what's the CNET. I mean, it appears to be real. But there's no. I mean, it's just whether or
It
not.
could be, and it could be a limited. I mean, basically, it's just advertisement. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what that company that owns KFC and Taco Bell. They're all about going after that young crowd, the gamer crowd. It's that's
You
what
want to
it's
make
all
KFC
about,
hip
right?
again.
That's who eats the food. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's again, it is. Everybody says it's real, and so it's bizarre, and it really. So one of the PR person for Intel even says it's real. So, I'm
Yeah.
interested to see what this thing costs and what.
Yeah.
So-
But why would you make
Yeah,
a
I'd be
hot
interested in
swappable
seeing.
GPU? I mean,
I don't know. Maybe like you don't have to turn it off. You could just.
I'm
Pop a
playing
new
I'm playing my KF duty, and then halfway is like, hey, I need to upgrade my graphics, so yank it out and put a new one in there. That's just absurd.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. See, to me that seems fishy.
Well,
I mean, I'm not saying the parts are not real; those parts are real,
yeah.
But the whole.
but the whole thing is like,
Well, I mean, here's so. This was. I mean, NVIDIA. NVIDIA does stuff like that where you could do like hot removal of GPUs and stuff. I don't know.
But why would you do it? I can see that, you know,
Yeah, I don't know
in
why
a
you
data
would.
center and stuff when, you know, one goes kaput and you swap one out, you know.
All right, so Blues Tech is he's kind of throwing the reality water on things. So he says hot swappable is a term thrown around a lot. They don't actually mean hot swappable in this. They just mean you can change it out in the future.
Oh, yeah, that's not hot swappable. Well, maybe
yeah,
after
so
you,
right. Those of us who work on servers,
chicken, it might get hot, so you burn your fingers taking it out. But that's as hot swappable as hot swappable is.
No, I see, and right, because you and I who work on servers,
exactly,
we know what hot swappable means. When a hard drive goes out in a RAID array, and you need to, that's hot swappable. Exactly. You know, that's when you don't turn the machine off to replace the drive. That's hot swappable.
Exactly.
So, anyway, I had to. We're a gaming show. It's a gaming thing. I couldn't not talk about it. I had to get a reading of the crowd. Are you still alive, Yobi? Are you still out there, brother?
I think he's throwing up by now.
He probably is. I feel bad now. I feel bad. Now, Pong Soul, if Brother Pong is still, he said, I know it's a PC, Yobi. We do cover PC on this. You do know that part of our intro video has a PC in it.
It's a...
Oh, man. Oh my goodness. Pong Soul brought this up earlier, and where'd Chris go?
I must see. He's like, what, KFC?
He's hungry now.
For some food.
So, all right, what I'm getting at is, okay, so he is still in the, there's news about Dying Light. Dying Light 2, the game that has no real development going on, I think. That when you want to talk about an April Fool's joke, so Powell Selinger, who has been with Techland for 22 years, is leaving. He's left. So he put in LinkedIn in a statement that said, after 22 years, I've decided to end my cooperation with Techland. I want to express my gratitude to the company that's allowed me to develop and fulfill myself for half my life. I'll always be rooting for you, as well as the great people I've met. Thank you. I wish you that Dying Light and subsequent projects will become world hits. Goodbye and good luck. So that's the second writer they've lost in 6 months.
Wow.
So the game's been in development for what now? This will be 6 years. It's beginning to look a lot like the game.
Not like Christmas.
Yeah. Maybe just in time for Microsoft to purchase them. Oh,
maybe.
Oh my goodness! Did you hear that news too? So, it's not really
Microsoft was buying
Nintendo. Yeah, they were buying Nintendo.
Oh,
and somehow, so according to, and this is in Newsweek magazine. So I do take Bloomberg. Oh, it came from Bloomberg. On Xbox's 20-year anniversary. This came out today. Hold on.
Press.
Who said it? Let's see. Nintendo. So they had like Jennifer Booth and Seamus Blackley and Jay Allard and Ed Fries. Let's see. Bacchus, I can't remember his first name, said Steve, I guess that's Steve Baldwin, made us go meet with Nintendo to see if they would consider being acquired. They just laughed their asses off. Like, imagine an hour of somebody just laughing at you. That's kind of how that meeting went.
Oh, you mean the back in the day?
Yes, back in the day.
Okay.
No. Like,
Okay.
so, it looks like during the OG times, they reached out to EA first to try to buy EA. EA said no, and then Nintendo. And Nintendo laughed at them for an hour. I mean, how could that meeting go? Hi guys. So would
Maybe
you be
there was
up
a
for
language barrier, and they just kept smiling and other stuff and drinking sake, or I don't know. Maybe they
I
had a
can
good time.
imagine Nintendo just laughing that shit
Yeah.
off because that Nintendo is. I mean, that's
Well,
been around how long?
Yeah.
I mean, that's tradition. I mean,
Yeah.
even if they were losing money, they would still keep going, just out of pride. I mean, they've had their ups and downs, but yeah,
Yeah.
I can't imagine they would ever sell Nintendo.
Well, who? So I'm gonna go on a little bit, because there's a little more to that. Apparently, there does look like there's a little more to that story than meets the eye. So I'm gonna really quickly here change the third topic. This should make Yobi happy. So now you can pretend that our KFC discussion never happened, Yobi. So Howard Lincoln was actually in on this too. Looks like Steve Ballmer was actually there as well. So they had this big giant. So, let's see. I'm trying to get all of the names of everybody who was in this article. Kevin Bacchus, it was his name. That's right. Kevin Bacchus, Robbie Bach, Steve Ballmer, Rick Thompson. And so oh wow, a whole bunch of people were in this article. Wow. Where was it? I just had it. Give me one sec again. All right, so Steve Bacchus was the one who said that Nintendo laughed at them, but McBreen said, we actually had Nintendo in our building in January 2000 to work through the details of a joint venture where we gave them all the technical specs of the Xbox. The pitch was their hardware stunk, and compared to Sony PlayStation, it did. So the idea was, listen, you're much better at the game portions of it with Mario and all that stuff. Why don't you let us take care of the hardware? But it didn't work out. So it's very possible that
Interesting.
yeah, that there wasn't, that hilarity, that could just be funny. Because Howard Lincoln said, Nintendo does not talk about confidential discussions with other companies. In any event, nothing came of these discussions. Apparently, they had a letter of intent to buy Square. And apparently, Square can't go through with the deal because the price is too low. So they didn't spend enough to get Square. They talked about Midway. But it says, now this is interesting. We were talking to Midway about acquiring them. They were very serious about wanting to be acquired, but we couldn't figure out how to make it work because we'd immediately get them out of the PlayStation business, which they did do a lot with PlayStation. And we didn't need their sales and marketing group, and so that left us with not a lot of value. All of that apparently led to talking to Bungie. So, yeah. So that led them to getting Bungie because they couldn't get EA, Nintendo, Square, or Midway. So,
interesting.
All worked out.
All worked out. So
And didn't Bungie the Halo, the first Halo was going to be on PC and
Mac
PlayStation?
and Mac,
Yeah, Mac.
because they did Mac stuff before that. So that first game they had, Marathon was it called? Hold on, I'll tell you in a second. I think it was called Marathon. Yep, Marathon. Marathon came out on the PC and Mac. And then they had Myth and Oni, and those are the other two games. Myth: The Fallen Lords. And Oni, actually, if you really want to check out a Bungie game on PlayStation, Oni came out on the PS2. So, Myth and Oni were transferred. Their rights were given to Take-Two when Bungie got bought out. So interesting stuff there.
Yeah.
So, all right. That's all I got. Oh, the Dying Light dev. Anything on that from you guys? The Dying Light writer leaving?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right.
I saw
Well,
some people talking about Dying Light, but I didn't
I loved the original.
really catch on.
I love
never
the
did
original.
play it.
You didn't? Oh,
No.
take a game like State of Decay and throw parkour into it.
Yeah, I remember HGK and Nate would talk about it in Coop.
So
I just for some reason never did jump on it.
that's okay. So, all right.
Necro, what's up, Necromantic 83?
Hey, how you doing? So, all right. So, final thoughts for the night. Did Yobi, did you have a question for us? Or if
I
not,
think that KFC thing was his question.
I think it.
Or at least it was sponsored.
Yeah, I
Remember Brink? Yeah, I have that disc somewhere.
Brink.
Game Brink.
Yeah, I remember Brink. Also remember Blinks. Not the same.
Not the same.
Not the same game. Although I did get Blinks and that is backward compatible. I thought so. All right. So final thoughts of the night. So happy New Year, everyone, from me. That's my thought of the final thought. Happy New Year. I want to thank everyone that I just want to shout out everyone that we met over the last year. We're all hoping that 2021 is going to be a much better year than 2020, but I will tell you that one of the great things that came out of 2020 was meeting a lot of people in our chat. Meeting Pong Soul, who I'm by the way, I'm delighted that Pong Soul is going to be joining the Shop podcast as a regular.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be on with my nephew PTK Blam and the crew there. And I mean, his first show was absolute dynamite. Like, he is a natural. So if I had known that, I'd have tried to slip him a counter offer. So, no, I'm just absolutely delighted for Pong and I'm we will be watching as Emperor Palpatine said when he was Chancellor Palpatine. We will be watching you with great interest. So
We need to get him on here too.
We
whenever
do.
He gets a chance. Yeah.
Yes, and Infinite. Infinite knows that I've put out the call to him. I asked nephew PTK when he was coming on. So
Yeah.
oh boy, Oh, he's going there. All right. Yobi's question for the panel. But let's get to our final thoughts first. Then we'll get to the question. So, Chris, final thoughts.
As far as for the
Anything.
past year and so on.
Yeah, anything.
Nah, I'm really, really happy how last year went for us, NLG. You know, starting off with Tommy, getting Tommy on, getting into the Amico, and meeting people from the Amico community that kept growing. You know, a lot of those guys are gamers like us from retro. Of course, you know, they play current also, but just a lot of great guys. And then getting the Gaming United, Gamers United Guild going, and just, you know, coming together and you know, supporting each other, and just seeing the growth that's happened between all of the guild members, and some awesome content from these guys, like Four Guys Recorders, the interviews that they've been, you know, that Assassin's Clown's been getting, TXR, you know, getting OEBP'd on, our brother, the Indie Gamer, and then me and Coop joining Indie Gamer, to bring that highlight and love to the Indie Game, you know, and seeing I tell you what, that Indie Game Awards setup he put together was great. You know, yeah, there was a little hiccup here and there, but that's
so
all part of
professional.
this, you know, like nothing is ever perfect with all this stuff, right? There are always little glitches, and you know, sometimes you gotta, you know, let me stop and restart. But he got a lot. I think he got a lot of recognition for that. You see that that growth on any side, and just gaming overall. You know, just, you know, I'm glad we finally got the next gen here. You know, we're able to play on it. It's been great. You know, even with the whole COVID, a lot of games have been delayed. But there's you know, even with that, there's so many games that came out. And a lot to look forward to, you know, that are coming out this year and next year. You know, I'm just very, very, very grateful and very humble being with you guys, the NLG. You guys are my brothers. I love you guys. You know, from where 2020 started, where we're at now, awesome to get Juan back on, you know, an OG member, and just everybody in the chat. These guys have been awesome.
OG one.
Yeah, OG one. But just everybody that keeps showing up with us every week, you know, you know, we're not the this big old spectacle drama field show. You know, we're not trying to get hundreds and thousands of people on. Yeah, it'd be great, but I am super happy and with what we have in the chat, our friends that show up every week, and you know, just thank you. You know, I can't say that enough. Really grateful for everybody. Even shout out to Fun Speculation. You know, meeting him and his wife, Caitlin, being able to jump on Friday nights and do some gaming together, jump in Halo. It's been years since I've gotten into multiplayer Halo again, and just being on with those guys just brought the fun back with that. So I look forward to more of that this year coming up. More of what NLG is going to bring this year. You know, you know how 2020 went for NLG. I can't imagine how much better and much more fun it's going to be with you guys. So that's about it. Yeah, I'm just, dude. I'm just humbled. I just, you know, I love you guys and everybody in chat. Look forward to this every Thursday. So hopefully, you know, I got my Yeti X. I have a 4K pass through capture card. So I'm gonna get my streaming back going. Try to get the my daughter. I'm still gonna do the try to be consistent with my streams and do the NLG drive-in theater streaming and just different things. Just have fun.
It's great having you. This is the team. This is the team I want to go to battle with every week.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep.
Peter, final thoughts of the week.
Final thoughts. No, I'm just grateful. This brother showing up here in the chat room filled with awesome people that show up and interact with us, and as long as I can say welcome and hi to everybody in the chat, what Chris said, it would, on one hand, it would be awesome if you had like 11,000 views. But on the other hand, it's like the interaction with everybody will be far less than in between. Yeah. And that's why, on one hand, staying small is it's more like family. And but just reflecting on this year back, it's like, with the whole COVID thing, it's like, it started out kind of shitty and stuff, but we kept going, and look where we're here. And even got to meet you in person, Mike. It's just I know. I was like so awesome, and I hope, Chris, we can get to meet one of these days too in person, and break bread. And but yeah, it's 21 is gonna be even better than that. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah. Agreed.
It's awesome.
So, well, yeah, I think we got a great year ahead of us, guys. We really do. And like I said, this is we're the ones that are gonna do it. You guys know how I feel about you, and what you guys mean to me. Even just beyond this and what we're doing. So,
yeah. And also, it's like gaming with all these guys in the chat and with you guys. It's like,
yeah,
that's just great.
No, this chat room is awesome, and I wouldn't trade it for I wouldn't trade it for anybody else's. We've got some just intelligent, incredible gamers. And just people I like hanging out with. I Mike the Mouse. Thank you. Peter the Heat Sink with the intelligence of Bill Nye. Oh man, I might have to figure out how to get that into our intro video.
Yeah.
Oh man. So
yeah, I agree, Infinite.
Yeah. No,
and
this
plus,
is.
Want to do, and this past year we had some giveaways, and that's going to continue. But the giveaways are going to be only the people in their chat, people that come. You're here. There's a giveaway. Somebody in chat's winning. It's not going to be one of those things where we're doing a giveaway to try to bring new subscribers. Nah.
No, and I think if we do giveaways, we don't advertise them. If you're here that night, if you're here that night, So I want to get to Yobi's question. It's an interesting one, and we'll keep it.
In 1,000 words.
Yes, but we'll also keep it. I think we could keep it intelligent.
Absolutely.
It's an interesting question given the events of the last 48 hours, but still, I like this. If you were to become president of the United States and you were to bring in your own team of people for a fresh new government, what would be your first act as president? Peter, I'm going to start with you. What would be your first act?
What I would say is no censorship in games, but they have to be rated, and people have to adhere at those ratings. You violate that, and you have some serious issues.
Okay.
Because they're not rated for the cat's rear end.
No. That's a good one. Okay. All right. So, Chris, your first act is President Fastback.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it gaming with it. So I guess my first act would be to improve the net infrastructure for the net as far as Wi-Fi and so on.
Oh, you took mine, but that's okay.
Just get with all the states and say, look, we got to be the leader of the infrastructure for the, internet. So, it was born here, right? So, need to make it to where everybody.
Sorry, Pong. You're a bad man. But maybe it was rated too high. Think about it. No.
No, that's a good one.
Just improve the infrastructure and, try to bring things, to where it makes sense, some common sense for private business and government.
So that's a good one. So Yobi says I would get rid of data caps. That's a good one. How about speed up production on Amico by executive order? Force Nintendo to make a super powerful real console. So I've got one that actually
Nintendo to be third party.
So on Yobi's thing, I would allow over state line broadband competition. So I can't tell as much as I would like to force companies not to have data caps. I can't force a company to do something that it doesn't want to do necessarily. But what I could do is I could allow other companies to come in and offer that stuff and generate competition. Competition to me breeds that kind of stuff. It's like, look, we always talk about competition between Microsoft and Sony. One does something and makes the others do something, and yada yada yada. The same thing could happen here. You allow somebody.
But look at it like broadband here. It's either I could get Verizon files or Comtastic shenanigans.
Right.
And they both keep the prices up high. So even though there's competition, that doesn't mean affordability.
True, but what if let's say I'm just going to use something
actually
from the past.
I might be able to get another one too. So
what if Errol's, we used to have a dial-up service called Errol's. What if Errol's came in and offered, the same package for a lower price?
I think if there's the problem is you always need some physical infrastructure, even if it's wireless. You need to have antennas and other stuff, and somebody owns those, and somebody has to maintain those.
Well, I mean, that's where I feel like the cities themselves. If we're over here paying property school tax, right? And obviously Wi-Fi and the internet is, especially with this COVID, we've seen everybody has to be on, Wi-Fi schooling, or, internet school. The infrastructure needs to be there in the city. And I think the city needs to be one of those things where they take care of it through our taxes. We have free Wi-Fi all around the city, no matter where you go. So
right. I like so I want to get in a couple of these because they're really good, and then we'll head out. But Yobi's, so his serious first act would be to rid the poverty and homeless, and rid would be USA wide to rid the poverty and homeless, and to get these souls in homes cleaned up, prep them for a new lease on life. They deserve a chance.
No, that's always a goal. I mean, you want to help people out.
Absolutely.
And if you have affordable, high-speed.
That's right.
Then there'll be, there'll be a dressed for success.
That's right. Accountable media. So BlueStack says accountable media with civilian and government oversight. Necromantic says I would force Nintendo to make a violent game for once. Infinite would be like Oprah. You get free internet. You get free internet. You get free internet. Avish says, my first act would be to release all games for free more than 10 years old. I like that. So,
yeah, what about those old Nintendo ROMs and stuff, you know?
That's right.
If they basically, you know, to conserve things for conservation,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, you know, stuff dies, not just Nintendo, but other companies too, you know? They have IPs and they just get lost.
They do? They do.
What about game conservation on like you know, latest gen? What do we do? A lot of stuff you won't be able to run like 50 years from now due to connectivity issues or patches if you have to reinstall a game, etc. There's serious consequences.
Yeah.
Over here where I work, it used to be an Air Force base, but the city owns it, and so they've been tearing down old buildings and bringing in new businesses, and right now they're building a convention center with an esports arena, and I think there's going to be like a museum there for like the internet, you know, the history of the internet, cybersecurity. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I'll definitely, when it comes out, I'll go check it out when it gets done and take pictures.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
That does sound cool.
Yeah.
All right. All government lobbying illegal. Take term limits across the board. I can be on that. I can be on board that one.
Mm-hmm.
Abandonware. So BlueStack says abandonware is a thing. It is, but there's some stuff that's still not abandonware. Like you can't get Defender of the Crown, for example. So, but I get what he's saying. So,
what about? Remember years ago, there were like, I don't know if those were ads or whatever. Maybe it were ads. Like, imagine if you could watch any program, any movie ever made.
Oh,
you know, at any point in time. Well, look at it right now. It's like you try to find something to stream, and you can't find it on any channel and anywhere. It's like, what happened?
Well, now on whatever streaming of your choice is. So,
but now it's like nobody's streaming it, so you can't get it anywhere. It's like, what the heck happened to that promise?
Or you got the scam from what is it, Peacock?
Oh,
Stream?
So NBC.
Yeah, that's such a scam because you could watch like maybe 6 episodes, and then it's like, well, if you want to continue watching the rest of the series, you know, seasons.
I looked there.
You know,
I did not see it.
Yeah.
Blues. I'll look again. I didn't see it.
Yeah, we are definitely going into the where you want to watch this, you got to go here. Yep. Look what HBO they definitely got smart. So now if you want to get on HBO Max, now if you want to watch certain movies that are in a theater, now you can watch them on HBO Max with no extra charge. So that's big.
That is big.
Yeah.
So, all right. I think we've covered everything, gents, and just at 3 hours. I'm not. So, great first show of 2021 in the books, gentlemen.
Yes.
And guys, in chat, what can I say? I can wax poetic on you guys all day long. And especially, once again, Assassin Lupa, she was in the chat. She might still be there. I don't know. But she's another one that's 5-6 hours over. So it's like 6 a.m. for her. And I mean, she was hanging strong in the chat room. Sometimes, I know I say it, There she is.
Look,
she's still there.
Hey.
I don't know if I could ever express what that means to me and to us. You know, it's why. You know, I'll be very transparent. I told Chris and Peter earlier today, and it's been a really shitty day on a couple of levels. I didn't even know if I wanted to do this tonight. I just, you know, but then I remember, number one, it's a night with my friends, and it's the one night I get to hang out with Chris and Peter, and I know no matter what, I get to hang out with them. And then I remember that, you know what? There's people that are 5 hours ahead, 6 hours ahead.
Yeah.
That
Prophet was in earlier.
Yup, Prophet,
You
indie
know.
gamer.
He's in Australia.
You know,
Yeah.
and there's guys like Pong and like Coop was in here earlier. He's sneaking it while he's working. I know Infinite. I know Infinite works on Thursday nights and some Thursday nights, and Prophet's like 35 hours.
He's in the
You know?
future.
Project Jeff. As always,
Jeff.
just in time.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw him earlier a little bit. He's
So see, if it weren't for you guys, my first few hours at work would suck. That's why it's why I got my ass down here and got the podcast set up, because of you two, and because of Infinite, and because of Lupa, and Mav, Panda, Jeff, and Gunter, and Indy, and Blues Tech, and Pong, and Yobi, and Avish, and Avish. This is why I call you Avish. So, you know, and Born, and Back from the Dead, and God, who am I forgetting? You know, I know Caitlin was in here earlier, so I know she was getting those tacos together. Necromantic, and is he a friend of yours, Chris, or just a new person?
I not sure.
But Necromantic, if you are, I already hate him. If you're new to our channel and new to our show, welcome. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you will come back and be part of our chat room again. DJC Game Studios could be.
Mm-hmm.
DJC Game Studios came in. He was over from the OEB Pete side, and of course Pete, and you know, and I know some other people. Jeff Rule
dropping in a little.
Dreadpool dropped in. Jeff Rule.
Lance.
Cyber Gunter, Lance
Lance Jennings, brother Lance.
You know.
Who I just basically now when we jump from podcast to podcast, it's hey brother Lance again.
Yeah.
So
Jeff
anyway,
Rule.
yeah, I just can't go back farther than that. But so Coop, yeah, we're just finishing up, Coop. Mike's
Our
doing
brother
his
Coop,
yeah. Mike's doing his 5 minutes of loving the chat room. So
You
but I'm
missed
gonna
the
get
KFC console.
you did.
Yeah.
I expect you to have one and give us a full review.
Kentucky Fried
It was-
Consoles.
Finger licking gaming.
Yep. So, all right, guys, great show.
Great
So
show,
I'm gonna get us out of here. Thank you, everybody. Don't forget the Great Gamers United Guild stuff. I'm hoping that tomorrow before Mav goes on, and we'll be checking you out, guys. So, and then hopefully playing tomorrow night. Hopefully I got Halo 5 ready to go.
Woo.
Halo 5. Oh, Master Chief Collection, even better since it works.
Is we getting a PM tomorrow?
That's what I'm hoping. I don't know if Garvey's still in the chat, but and I'm going to be talking to him this weekend about our little show
Nice.
that's coming up. I'm trying to figure out when. Might be Saturday afternoon or maybe Sunday afternoon. I just don't know. So, but hopefully there's a PM and a PM tomorrow, and then Sunday night is TXR. And then Tuesday is both Four Guys of Quarters and Retro Renegades, which is a damn fine pie. In fact, I think I saw Infinite say earlier that Pong Soul needs to get his cherry popped over there. So, and then we'll be back on. See, that's nice, Panda. Says, thanks so much to the NLG crew. Such a great show. Feels like chatting with some solid, chill friends. Thanks again. Jeff. So Matt, I can hang out at the entrance of our Pass Out Chicken. Mav, we got to get Project Jeff playing Master Chief Collection with us. So, anyway, then we'll be back next Thursday night for an all-new NLG show. And, man, have a great weekend, everybody. And play on, gamers.
Come on, guys.
Hell yeah. Friday tomorrow. Have a great weekend, everybody. Love you guys.
Love you all.